I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh wow! It is the first party of the year, right? Isn't that right?
I believe so.
Oh, do that again. Hold on. Do that again.
I said I believe so.
There you go. I mean, he's right there. Look at him. He's right there. He's right behind me. There. Here we go. Let's do this.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, no. Where is that?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Let's see.
There's cameras everywhere now.
Let me see.
This is
Hold
amazing.
on. Let's do this. Boom. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Watch. Move around a little.
Okay.
Look at that. It follows you. See that?
Whoa.
Isn't that weird?
Ah, very nice.
Fucking fancy.
It follows my pretty. It's all. Is that the pretty thing? Follow it around.
I guess so. Wow, what was that noise? What are you doing over there?
That's
And
this-
this is not probably going to be your. I don't know where to put you, because he likes to sit. He likes to sit in the elevate. He likes to be higher than everyone else.
That's not it. If everyone wanted to sit in stools, I would be fine with that.
Okay.
I
Also,
just don't like sitting down with my knees at a.
that shot glass is yours right there.
Oh, I see.
Our guest requested this. Requested this.
Requested this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
we're live. I'm your host, Chris Burnett. This is 10 Drink Minimum, sponsored by One Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. We're piling it up in here. We got a lot.
that's good because we got a good week coming up.
We do. Yeah. Do you know about this? Wait a minute. Did you see this?
I did. It looks spectacular.
I have a mustache, guys. There's a mustache on my face.
Mustache in the studio.
Yeah, we have like a mustache. Someone's like, "You have a mustache." I was like, "Well, I had a mustache before. I just deleted the beard." You know what I mean?
Sans the chin strap.
Yeah, I was like, "I don't need this beard anymore, guys." And then I shaved it off, and I went outside, and it was legitimately cold on my chin. I was like, "What in the fuck?"
Welcome to the rest of us. Chris.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, it's been cold outside. We've all had to worry about face cold this whole time.
You guys in your face cold. Now I don't have lip cold. I just have chin cold. Is that right?
I think that's right.
Is that what
upper lip.
Is that what the kids are saying? Our third voice in the studio from the band Dymer, Jonny.
Oh, that's me.
Oh. Why is it all wait?
Sound like a ghost.
It like went nuts. It's like I don't know where he is. Hold on. Give me a second. We have Jonny. Is it
I
Mouchet?
have abandoned my corporeal form.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. There we go.
Ah, yeah.
Boom. There we go.
Never mind. Here, yeah.
There
There
it
he
is.
is.
There he is. Jonny Mouchet.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like Bobby Boucher.
Yeah. Yep. That's the association.
Did you get that a lot when you were like younger?
Not really when I was
Yeah.
like younger, but more. Yeah, more in from high school onward.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, mama.
Well, also actually, because I didn't, so I didn't go by Johnny until
Oh.
senior year of high school. I was always Jonathan prior to that. So I had my
Yeah.
It doesn't quite rhyme as well.
Johnny with no H.
Yeah.
That's what I would have called you in
Right.
high school. That's what in high school I would have nicknamed you.
yeah.
Hey, Johnny, no H. And then you'd be like, that fucking asshole. I fucking don't like that Chris guy. He's a dick. So I
No,
don't
it's helpful. It's a helpful.
welcome. And you requested that we do a shot of Malort.
Yes.
Which we were gonna ask you to do anyway.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And we have to prepare because we have a really. Ooh, what are you doing there? Is that the microphone stand or is that the microphone that makes that noise?
Let's find out when I sit back down.
Okay. Smiley's got to get his shot of
All right.
Malort.
I'm gonna slowly grab mine to not
yeah.
disturb the dog.
Yeah. No.
Brody.
Hey, quit.
Yeah, that didn't work. Nice. Do you like bitter things?
Sometimes.
What do you think this is going to taste like?
I don't know. Like dirt. Probably.
Okay. I've heard gasoline. I've heard the rind of grapefruit.
Okay.
I've heard hot, dirty rubber bands.
Ooh.
Smiley, what do you got? Where are you?
Have you ever played Baby Bird?
What? No. That's so gross.
Well, that's what it always reminds me of. It always reminds me of someone throwing up in my mouth.
Oh my god.
There we go.
This is a game?
Not me. Yo, Baby Bird is a game, yeah.
Ew. So, all right.
Trying to figure out what it smells like.
The smell's not going to get. Everybody always does that. They go, I wonder what it's. If I'll smell it and see if it smells bad. It does not.
You know what I think it smells like?
What?
Chamomile tea.
Yeah,
Okay.
it smells delightful.
Yeah.
Like a tea.
Oh, it does. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this.
All right.
Here's to a big week. Albuquerque Comic Con, man.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Chin chin.
Wait. Ooh. Okay. Nothing. You got nothing from it, huh? Give it a second.
It's wacky.
Give it a second. I like how you were like nothing. And
Like
now-
I think the very first initial taste
Yeah.
is actually really not bad.
No.
It's all the aftertaste that's just
Oh yeah.
Because it just keeps coming.
yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. See,
Ugh.
you had the proper response, and it's always that. It's the aftertaste.
It's very like clovey.
Yeah. Okay. I've never heard that one before.
That's what I'm thinking, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Ugh. Yeah, if it was just mild, then it would be fine. But it just it keeps on giving.
Oh, it just keeps going.
Oh
Jeez.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad I tried that now. I
Yeah.
have been so curious for so long.
You know what's funny?
What?
If you take a chaser, it lasts longer.
Yeah, it
Oh,
makes it worse.
no.
Yeah, it sticks around. Yeah.
Lord. All right, slowly.
Slowly.
Dog's chilling.
She's kind of growling. I hear her growling now.
All right.
All right.
None the wiser.
Yeah, if this is your first show of the year, if you missed our New Year's Eve show, you noticed that our look is different. And Smiley probably is a little different for him because like he probably hasn't. I put a lot of the stuff back on the walls, so things are a little different.
It looks nice in here. I'm enjoying my new area in the studio.
Do you like it over there? Do you want to stay right there?
I'm fine with this.
Okay.
I mean, I like my new background. It used to just be like the fires of hell, and now I'm like,
Yeah.
skateboards.
Yeah, now you got the skateboard. You got the 10 drink minimum right behind you, and I like that. Yeah. So yeah, whenever it's
You wanna point out? You wanna zoom in on your wonderful Christmas present?
oh yeah, let me see if I can. I don't know. Yeah, I can.
Ooh. Oh.
Look at that! Look at that jacket, right?
Oh yeah.
Now you know what's gonna happen. People are gonna be like, "How do I buy that jacket?"
You gotta make it yourself, like anything good.
I made that motherfucking shit right there. I do have 2 more 10 drink minimum patches though. They sent me 2 extra.
There you go. See,
I was like
that could
stoked.
that could be a prize pack.
Could be. I was thinking about doing something else with them, but
Like what?
I could. I don't know. Because I sew now. Because like I not just hand sew. I got a sewing machine.
Did you get one of those Ronco pocket ones?
I have the Ronco. You're thinking of the pocket fisherman.
I am, but he also had a little pocket sewing thing too.
Was that him? But Ronco. Do you know Ronco?
Yeah.
It was like the late night. Like, here's what pisses me off about the fucking Ronco. My dad, when I was growing up, always.
Ron Pro Peel, right?
I don't know. Growing up, my dad always wanted to take us fishing. And not only was my father not a good fisherman, I am not a good fisherman. I think the only time we caught fish is when we went to a place that like just stocked a big tank and you fished into the tank. Only time ever.
They jump into your boat.
Pretty much. No, there ain't no boat. You just like stand outside the tank.
Oh.
Now, one time, like my friends and I, like my friend Marty, and our old co-host Billy were like, "We're gonna go camping and we're gonna go fishing. We're men. We're doing men stuff." And I go out and I buy like a fucking nice rod, like the ugly stick or whatever the fuck they're called, all the tackle box and all the shit. And my friend Marty has the goddamn Pocket Fisherman by Ronco, and I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious? Only one that caught a goddamn fish.
Nice.
It's true.
He's the only one that caught a fish that whole fucking weekend.
He had a 2-for-1 deal, so I was using the other one, and I almost caught a fish.
Yeah.
Like, it was like hands down the better fishing pole.
That's
Just
great.
this little fucking The Pocket Fisherman by Ronco. It's like, you don't need under those big rods, and it's like the car door slams on it, and it gets caught in the garage door, and the people are all, there's got to be a better way.
It's all in black and white at that point.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's some white person. They're like,
Yeah. Why is life so hard?
why is life so gosh darn hard? So you're the lead singer of the band Dymer. Are you only in Dymer? I want to say you do.
No,
other
yeah.
part. Yeah.
I sort of, yeah. I've played bass with a lot of people
That's
around
right, yeah,
town.
yeah.
So pretty much all of last year I was playing bass with Omeo.
Oh, that's why you look familiar.
Yeah.
Have you not heard Dymer? Smiley?
I don't think I have.
Oh man.
Okay.
I've heard of them. I've seen.
I
them on
don't
bills.
like them, but I'm just kidding.
Oh wow.
I'm just kidding, dude. I like them. It's really funny because people would say, they're like, what do you think of Dymer? I'm like, I think that band is great, but do not tell him I said that.
For sure.
I think I said that like probably like 20
Yeah.
times. Did anybody ever tell you that I said that?
I think you told me. You
I
said that. Yeah. Also, I think the first time I like met you too, it was just like, so I have like another pair of glasses. Oh, I'm not
you
even
do?
wearing my glasses right now.
Yeah.
I'm like wearing these Harry Potter glasses recently, but I also have another pair of glasses that are the white frames.
You do.
I think that was maybe the first time I met you.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think. Okay, so I think the first time I actually met either of you was actually at. So I also played bass with Lomelo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my first gig with him was that one in Colorado.
Oh my gosh, dude! And then he gets up on stage and he's killing it, right? You guys are doing really great. And then I don't even remember what he said. He like said something really off color, and I was like,
Yeah, but one of the other things, actually, the first song we did of that. So that was my first gig with him, and the first song we did with that. He often changes the keys to a lot of his songs.
oh, okay. Very Bob Dylan-y,
Yeah, and everybody else got the memo, but I didn't, and that was my first gig with him, first song we did, and I fucking started like ready to go, and it just sounded like ass, so we had to restart it. He was like, "We changed the key," and I was like, "God damn it."
Dylan used to do that in the studio, and he did it on purpose so that people would, or on stage, and they said that like you would always have to be like on your toes, and he did that on purpose to make sure people were like paying attention.
That's interesting.
And I'm like, or they're not just phoning it in, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, that is fucking weird.
I
But
don't know. In the rest of the world, that's just called a dick move.
yeah. Well, I mean, he's the boss, I guess. But
My name is Bobbert Dick Dylan, right?
I mean, I guess I don't know. I saw the movie. It's fucking great.
Actually, the casting on that looks amazing. I do actually want to see it.
You know what? Have you seen it? Anybody seen it?
No, not yet. I've been wanting to.
So here's what's awesome is like you're watching it and you're like, well, it's Timothy Chalamet. It's cool. There are times when he like turns to the side and he kind of like his mannerisms. Mm-hmm. You're like, holy fuck, it's him. Like he looks like Dylan, like from the side and everything. Like his mannerisms are like legit. Yeah. And a lot of times in movies and stuff, they can't get the person's like frame and their body size right.
Yeah.
Carrie Von Erich in The Iron Claw.
Looks good from far, but far from good.
Yeah,
Right?
right. But
He looks about the right. Oh wow,
Timothy
No.
Chalamet is like literally like the perfect size. He encompasses the way Dylan looked and like how big he is as a person because he's not a very big guy.
Yeah.
And then the guy who does Johnny Cash is fucking great.
Nice.
Almost to the point where I think that because the same guy who directed A Complete Unknown did Walk the Line.
Oh,
okay.
And it's like almost like he needs to do another Johnny Cash movie, like late, and then pull that dude in and
Walk the Line too.
Walk the Line too. Well, the thing is like the reason why that guy's done so good at these like biopics because a lot of them have shit the bed. They're all kind of the same movie over and over again.
Yeah.
Is he doesn't like to do a cradle to the grave kind of story. He's like, I just want to do this like part of their life.
Yeah, totally.
And so the Dylan one is like 1964 and 1965. That's it.
Yeah.
it's like his first
Nice.
album.
Oh,
right?
that's cool.
Yeah. And it's like all the way up until the Newport Folk Festival where he goes electric. That's
Yeah.
it. So then now, if someone wanted to, they could do like another movie where it's Dylan, after that.
Right.
But like the dude playing Johnny Cash is so badass. There's a scene, spoiler alert. There's a scene where Dylan's like pissed and he's at the Newport Folk Festival and he's trying to leave and his motorcycle's all blocked in by this big ass Cadillac. And he'd already like known Johnny for a while because they were pen pals and stuff. But he like walks up and his motorcycle's all blocked in by this car that's like askew in the parking space. And Johnny Cash walked up. He's like, "Oh man, did I block you in?" And he's like, "Oh hey there, BD." And he's all, "Let me get out of the way for you." And he's like, just fucking wasted, like beyond wasted. He gets into the Cadillac and he looks back and he just fucking pulls forward and smashes into the car in front of him. And he's like, backs up and smashes into the car in back of him. He's all, "There you go, man." And like that's it. Like he's all, and then Dylan's like, "You have a cigarette?" And Johnny Cash just pulls out a pack. He's like, "Yeah," and slaps it into his chest and like stumbles off. And you're like, that's awesome. Like
Right.
that might not be exactly what happened, but that's probably something that happened many times in Johnny Cash's life, where he was just just fucked out of his mind.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. He does a really good job as Johnny Cash, but
That's cool.
it was good. I really, really liked it. I'd like to see it again, and when it comes out, I'm going to try to buy a hard copy of it.
Yeah, totally. Man, that's something I've been doing in general, like
Yeah.
recently. Like this year, I bought pretty much all of my favorite albums, like on CD.
Yeah.
I never started collecting like vinyls or anything.
See, Chris?
But I already had a bunch of CDs, so I was like,
I'm not
that's
the
gonna
only
be the
one.
medium that I choose.
I collect vinyl, dude.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about CDs. He always gets me. I'm always like, "Do you have a CD?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, who has CDs?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Me, for fuck's sake."
As time goes by, I'm getting more and more like where I'm like, we've got to go back to analog shit.
Yeah.
And CDs and CDs and records are one thing, but like I'm having trouble where like I want to watch a movie and you
Yeah.
cannot
Oh,
find it
for
anywhere.
sure.
And they've refused to like release it.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Something Wicked This Way Comes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an old Disney movie. But it's when I was a kid, it was the creepiest fucking shit ever.
No, I remember
And
it.
Jason Robards and like it was really like scary as a kid. I was like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
And you can buy it, I think, on Amazon, but it's not on any streaming.
Yeah.
And the other problem too is that what people need to start doing is they need to start, I hate to say this, pirating new shows.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if it's
And-
not in a actual physical
Yeah.
thing you can own,
Yeah, guess what?
then
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Netflix doesn't make DVDs. All right.
right. And
I
they
mean-
won't put it out like in like the David Fincher kind of sold his soul to Netflix. So any of the David Fincher stuff that's coming out on Netflix, you will not be able to like buy it on any kind of medium, right?
Oh, uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
if someone were to rip it per se, I don't know
Right.
how you rip Netflix. Can you?
Man, no clue.
No.
I don't know. I can probably figure out a way to just like screenshot, like record the whole
Screenshot,
thing.
record it.
Like basically, like you remember back in the day, like
Yeah.
you're like just this is my favorite song on the radio. I'm
Yeah.
gonna record it with this other device.
Or like the
Right.
old YouTube pirates where they would just set up a digital camera in front of a TV and then you'd have
right.
the whole movie in like 11 parts on YouTube.
oh yeah, see,
And sometimes it was actually like decent enough
Yeah.
quality to where it's like, I really don't even mind this.
I remember when I was in college, the Musketeer was out in the theater, and then like my friend's like, "Oh, I got it, man. I already got it." And we're watching it and on his computer, and it's all got the black bar on the top and the bottom because it's widescreen, and then you could see where it really wasn't like widescreen. Someone had taken tape, and like you could see the corner of the tape, the black bar on the bottom.
Nice.
Can I get one of those beers on the top and then a Topo Chico because I don't want you to keep getting up.
oh sure thing.
Yeah,
Well, I want to see if this keeps making a terrible noise.
yeah.
Could
Me
I
too.
also get one of the if there's any more mango ones? Oh, it's you putting the
Oh, it's headphones.
headphones next
That's
to it.
new.
That
Why
makes
is it
sense.
doing that?
That is a new one.
That is really new. So, question about your first of all, how long has Dymer been around?
So actually, technically, since like end of 2016, actually, we didn't really play that many shows. Yeah, just toss it.
Hand me another Topo Chico Smiley.
We didn't play like a ton of shows in like sort of first iteration of Dymer, which was sort of just pre-pandemic. We probably played like, I think we played 1 or 2 shows in 2016 and maybe like 5 or 6 each in like 2017 and 18.
Wow.
And just 2, I think, in 2019.
So you guys are just kind of slowly built up.
Yeah, and also it's now it's morphed into a different group of people now, but we're still playing the same music.
So like you guys kind of popped out of nowhere in my world. You guys in Omeo.
Yeah.
Just all of a sudden, like, boom, you were like there, and everybody's like, "Have you seen Omeo and Dymer?" And I was like, and I had seen you guys, and I hadn't seen Omeo, and it took me a while to go to like, I kept trying to see them, and I would like show up, and I would just have missed them.
Yeah, for sure.
And
and Omeo played a ton last year too. He was hitting it hard.
Right. And I think they're recording right now. I talked to Omar not too long ago. Omar and I are friends now.
Yeah.
And we're starting a fashion blog.
Wait, without me?
I didn't say without you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. That's our joke. We But
I don't feel like it would be bad if he did.
No,
I would look into it.
Shit, yeah, there you go, man.
Like he is one of the most fashionable people.
He is really, like, that was so funny. We had him on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't even think we talked about music hardly at all.
Sure.
It was all about like the clothes that we were looking at and we're buying. Like,
yeah, between him and Dave, it was like
yeah.
they're just two of the most effortlessly cool people I know.
Right.
So
Right. And yeah, and it's weird because like I'll get that people will be like, well, you're like the cool guy. You just like hang out. And I'm like, well, yeah, you know the secret is don't talk a lot.
Sure.
Show up and don't smile. You can't smile.
I'm too smiley.
You are smiley, but you're
But he's actually smiling.
He's actually smiling.
Yeah, I am actually smiling.
Says it on his jacket. Do you like that jacket?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I've only had it on for like half an hour, but I'm digging it.
I like it. I like the blue collar look, right? Mm-hmm. I was thinking about doing more to it, and then I was like, you know what? If I do more, it'll be too much.
Would you ever do like the 10 drink minimum logo as like a metal logo where it's just completely non-readable?
I don't understand that, and I love the joke memes where it's like it's like a cracked leather chair. Yeah. It's like if you don't know metal if you don't know this band, and I love it. I don't know. I should. Are you into metal? Do you like metal?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually,
are you offering to do a design?
Yeah.
I have never tried my hand at
it would
metal
be
logo.
It would be Dave Jordan if it would be anybody. Dave Jordan would be the guy. Do you know Dave Jordan?
Yeah, totally.
Non-human audio. He does the pedals. He's becoming quite the celebrity.
Yeah.
Have you seen so I've known Dave Jordan, I would probably say 10 years. Mm-hmm. And we had him on the show and it did not go over well. People were like, this guy is such a snob hipster guy, which is fine. Like, cause that's kind of how Dave comes off. And I like Dave and then like he's played in so many bands throughout the time I've known him. Mm-hmm. And he's a big guitar guy.
Yeah.
And then like out of nowhere, he just started like soldering like circuit boards and decided to make a couple of pedals. And now this motherfucker is like the YouTube darling for like all of the YouTube guitar player like channels.
Yeah, totally.
They're like, I got the new non-human audio a slow Loris pedal.
Yeah.
And
I actually I ended up getting that because Mark, our guitarist, got that from it because I initially told him about Dave's stuff because I think I got. It's funny because I actually met Dave through I was selling a pedal on Reverb.com, which is like where most people do music selling stuff now. Yeah, but I was selling a pedal, and then he bought a pedal that I was selling, and then he saw that I lived in Albuquerque, and he was like, "Just save the shipping, and let's just like meet up at the Whole Foods parking lot."
He's all,
so he did that.
Everyone calls me Murdering Dave. Let's meet up, Let's do it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
So that was actually the first time I met him. That was funny. And then and then he was like, "Yeah, I make like pedals too." And then I checked out. I ended up getting couple pedals from him.
What's your honest review of it? You don't have to. I mean, it's fine.
Of the slow Loris in
Yeah.
particular?
Yeah.
I think it's super cool. I like to get it. It does a very weird particular thing, but
Yeah.
man, it's such a cool idea. Like, and I love it.
I don't know much about, because I don't really play. I play guitar, but I don't play guitar enough to do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know that there was like this Russian pedal that like we couldn't get back in the day because of like the iron,
Like the particular. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like this Russian pedal that people were like, dude, I've heard great things about it.
Yeah.
So somebody like cloned it, and it's like, there's such a weird, the whole pedal thing, like there are total pedal nerds.
Yeah.
My friend Marty is a pedal nerd, so I always send him like memes related to pedals,
Yeah.
and it'll be like guys that are like, the woman's like, I bet he's thinking about other women, and he's like, oh man, look at that guy's pedal board,
For sure.
And Josue Eurisha says, love you, Johnny.
Oh, my man. Look at that guy.
Josue.
Love you back, dude.
Josue. But like the one that I always love the name of is the Big Muff.
Yeah.
That's like I think everybody has to have a Big Muff, right? Mm-hmm. That's a pedal name. It just cracks me up.
Totally.
But like Dave's pedals, like it's non-human audio for people that are, and he didn't pay us to say this, but it's really crazy because he has a grip. Like he blew up, and he has to like go around and do these like Instagram reels now.
Yeah.
And Dave doesn't ever strike me, if you know him, as a person that would be like, I'm an Instagram reel guy.
Yeah. I think like the pedal world in and of itself is such a weird, interesting like microcosm, I think too. And I also know that like one thing that I know helped out Dave a lot is there's another guy who lives in town named Andy Offling who does he does a lot of like ambient music.
Oh, okay.
And stuff where he used to. He hasn't put stuff out in a while. But he's like a massive
pedal
pedal guy.
Oh yeah.
And he's worked with like other pedal companies.
And these
stuff,
fucking guys will they'll go up before a show starts, and they're like taking pictures of like the guitar player's pedal board. They're like, oh man, look at this. What has he got on there? What's he got on there?
Yeah, I got like I think the last pedal I got was actually the Slow Loris, and it's one of those things where there was like a period of time where I got super obsessed with finding pedals and stuff, and now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, if I get maybe like one pedal a year for like the rest of my life, I'll be okay, because like I know that I pretty much found the stuff that I like, and usually deviating that from that now for me isn't super helpful, because I'm like, I just need to get better at guitar.
Josue says Billy Corgan's Baby Big Muff was his thing in the 90s. I wish he would go back to that. Whatever he was playing when he played here last, he should throw that in the trash.
Yeah,
I did not like it.
I heard that was an interesting one.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, the sound there sucks." I was like, "Well, Interpol's sound did not suck." So
right,
that show was amazing, and then all of a sudden it stopped being amazing.
It's like,
right?
wow, wow, wow,
yeah,
yeah. Billy Corgan's like, "I'm gonna do the Nirvana distortion." And look like Uncle Fester. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I think like fuzz and distortion is a hard thing to get right sometimes, and especially if you as a group have like a very established kind of sound, and then you try to deviate from that, and people are up in arms a lot.
Oh fuck yeah. Well, and I feel like the thing is like when you try to evolve, someone's always going to be upset.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, again, back to Dylan, like, the whole thing is he went from folk music to electric. And the whole point is he was tired of them saying, well, like, you're the voice of like folk music. And he's like, the fuck I am. He's like, I'm playing it, but this isn't all I am.
Right.
And that was literally the moment was him, like, he went electric at he went and played, like, why would you play a folk festival if you're no longer folk? Well, because I want them to leave me the fuck alone, and I want everybody to realize I'm not this anymore. And like, so sometimes you have to do something that jarring, and it could work and it may not.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like when Miley Cyrus went blonde and started like licking her lips all the time, right?
And then taking most of her clothes off and swinging around on a wrecking ball.
That too. Yeah. I mean, but
I liked the change. I was a fan.
Yeah.
Well, I can say with all confidence I never listened to Miley Cyrus before that transition.
Right, but now you did,
Yeah.
and you're like, hell yeah! And then now that's like now that's like the template. If you're like a young girl or young musician that like Nickelodeon or Disney
Yeah.
produced, and then you want to break through, you got to go fuck you, and then like wear as little clothing as possible. What's that girl that there's one now, and like everybody's like booing it. Like people are like,
JoJo Siwa.
you knew exactly who I was talking about.
Yeah.
See, that's exactly, and she's like trying to do that same template. She's like, I'm a woman and I'm rebellious and you can't tell me. And everybody's like, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know her previous work, but I just know that people are not excited about this.
Yeah, it feels disingenuous, I think, to...
It feels like that her publicist was like, okay, now it's time for you to like do the rebellious things so you can get a whole new audience. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
I don't even...
It does feel that way.
I don't know.
And maybe it's not. I don't know, but maybe it's both. Really,
Right.
It could be a little bit of both. I don't know. So my question for you is, who are you? What did you say?
Excuse me.
Oh, who were you like influenced by growing up?
So, actually, interesting thing.
Yeah.
Growing up, so both my parents were opera singers.
Wow.
What?
And also very conservative Baptists.
Wow.
And so growing up, I actually mostly we pretty much just had the classical station on like all the time. And then was otherwise that, and then like church music.
Interesting. Very like sounds like kind of like Flea's background. Like he was very classically trained.
Yeah. I knew he played trumpet.
Yeah.
That he's also like tracked for different things too.
Right.
I played trumpet for like 2 years in elementary school and then sold it like an idiot. I wish I will get a trumpet again at some point.
Really?
And that will be my...
Do you like brass whenever someone's playing in a band?
If it's good.
See, that's, yeah.
Good answer.
I will
That is
say,
a good answer.
I will say though, like, even if saxophone is not even the best, I do just feel like half the time, if there's just any saxophone in a song, it's like, yeah, this is better.
See, I'm opposite. I'm the opposite of that. As soon as someone starts playing, I'm like,
Yeah.
and then, but I say that, and there was a band. So a friend of mine, we were downstairs in Founders, and the owner of El Rey was in there, and he's like, and I'm talking to him. And he's like, you guys going to go up to this band upstairs? And I'm like, who is it? And he's like, oh, man, I saw him doing sound check. They're called The Midnight. Have you ever heard of this band?
Wait.
Yes.
Actually, yes.
And they're like all in their 20s.
Uh-huh.
And they're like 80s vaporwave synth band. Like they had like 3 different synth players.
Right.
And a sax player.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, they're an 80s synth band with a sax player. And
Yeah.
he's like, what's that vampire movie? I was like, Lost Boys? He's like, very Lost Boys. So then I was like, I'm in.
Uh-huh.
So for that, I'm in.
So
The weirdest one that I saw recently is this band I saw, a sister called Resin, who they're like a doom metal band.
Okay.
With a like, he plays half the time, he plays synth, and the other half, he
right.
plays sax.
Interesting.
And it's like reverbed the fuck out and stuff. And it's just, but it's they're a really interesting band. I like them a lot. But,
okay. What are they called?
Resin. It's like REZN.
Yeah. So we were supposed.
like
This was
resin.
yeah. This was supposed to be our second show of the year,
Oh, okay.
and
You were gonna interview Resin first.
we were
They dropped out.
but there was a metal band. So I'm not a metal guy.
Okay.
Like I grew up as a metal guy. Like I don't know why because isn't that great? It's like dun dun dun
I'm not a metal guy. Dun, dun.
dun dun dun. I need to turn that off. It's like hand gestures or something.
Nice.
Because I think if I do that,
Obscene gestures.
like it sees the.
That's
I-
weird.
Isn't it? Like if I don't know. It's like I don't know them. I don't know the hand gestures yet.
It does that on mine too, and I can't figure out. I'm making an extravagant.
I'll have to
movement.
look them up. There's so many different things.
You have to get
do.
the influencer choreography down.
Where is it at? Auto.
Give me the memo. I'll
framing,
figure it out, dude.
Zoom. Let me see. Whatever. I'm not fucking worried about it. Anyway, I grew up as a metal. Like I grew up listening to metal. Like I love like Metallica all the way to the Black Album.
Mm-hmm.
And but like now, like when and people always send me like they're like, hey, can you check out my record or our record? And they'll send me the link, and it's some band where the guy's like, and I'm like, I don't listen to this. I can't understand anything you're saying. I don't. It's not my thing, and I don't know why you want me to hear it. Like, what am I going to do for you? And that happens all the time. But like anyway, so a band, I ran into them at Brody. I ran into them. You're gonna get kicked out. Hey, I ran into them at like Launchpad one night, and they kind of put me on the spot. And they're like, "When are we gonna be on the show, man? We got an album coming out." And I was like, all right, yeah. And I put them on the calendar, and then they hit me up. I'm like, cool. And then a month and a half before, the guy's like, we can't get it together. Our album's not gonna release that night. So I'm putting in. They do this in a group chat on Instagram with the other bands from the show.
Okay.
So we're gonna put forth this other band to come on your show. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Sure.
All right. And I'm not happy about it, but I'm like, all right. The day of, whoever's from the other band goes, oh man, I can't. I'm busy. I got to go up to Santa Fe, man. We're not gonna make it today. I'll see if one of the other members can come. And I'm like, you know what? No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just not do a show today because it was like the end of my like vacation.
For sure.
I'm just gonna. We'll just do it another time.
Yeah,
And
that was actually a pretty happy text I got that morning.
And
no show today. And I was I'm exhausted.
But it's one of those things where it's like people like I've had this conversation with some other people, you know, that you know, we're all in the hustle, right?
Yeah.
We're all in the hustle. And I'm like, people always like I remember one day I was at the pro wrestling and I was getting a beer at the halftime thing because I do Duke City Championship Wrestling, and this kid's like, how did you get here? And I was like, excuse me, like how did I get to the building? And he's like, no, how do you get to the level you're at?
Huh.
And I was like, well, you know, hard work and networking.
Yeah.
Well, part of that hard work is hustling. Even when you don't feel good, you go out and you do the thing you said you were going to do anyway.
Right.
And you're there. And like some people just don't get that, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And it's like a commitments thing because, you know, for me, it's like I definitely go through periods and stuff. Honestly, one of the things I struggle with, just like even being, you know, in the scene and things like that, is just like, especially as I get older, I'm just like, man, I just don't want to go out that much. Oh, I'm not that old, but just
he said older.
Older.
It's how aging works.
Because I think one thing that when I was in high school, I think at least I don't know. It's been this interesting thing for me in life, just navigating like, am I an introvert or an extrovert?
Yeah.
I've always been kind of like sort of conflicted, split down the middle.
Okay, so I have this issue. And it's called ambivert.
Yeah.
That's what I'm called. So let me see if I can. I hate to interrupt you, but like,
no, you're good.
You're hitting me.
Hear about this.
So like, I have to do 50-50.
Yeah.
Like I have to be home 50% of the time. I have to.
Right.
And then if I'm home too much, then I'm like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? I got to get out there. I got to be out there. I'm missing everything.
Yeah.
And then I'll go out. And then if like we get into a busy phase, which we're about to, it'll get to the point where I'm like, oh man, it's like Monday, and it'll be like I'll look at it and I'll go, a week from Tuesday, I don't have anything going on after work. Oh, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things where I'm like, I look forward to that, and it's like, fuck. Is that kind of what you're talking about? Where you're like,
oh, absolutely.
But if you don't, if you do one of the other too much, you have to do you feel compelled.
Yeah,
ambivert is what they call it.
Definitely,
it's weird. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, so it's been interesting just trying to navigate that around trying to do music and stuff. And for a long time, it was sort of mitigated by just the fact that I had a lot of other commitments too. Like pre-pandemic and stuff, I was still going to school. That was kind of my primary thing. I was involved in like a lot of like church things.
Really?
Back then, yeah. I am not anymore.
Oh, okay.
But
The rock and roll has corrupted you.
yeah.
the devil's, his hands, the devil.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. There was always like other things sort of like mitigating how much time I would just be spending out. I was also married for a few years.
Really? Well, you didn't answer. How old are you? Like, if that's
I'm 29.
You're 29.
Yeah.
So you've already been married.
Yeah.
You've already like kind of lived a whole life. Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Yeah. The last couple. I mean, just since the pandemic too, it's just, I don't know, that changed a lot of things.
Let me ask you this about the pandemic. Being an ambivert or whatever we are,
Yeah.
was it easier during the pandemic for you?
Yes, actually.
It was, right? Because there wasn't things going on. There wasn't anything going on out there.
Yeah.
Nothing's going on out there. So I'm not missing anything out there.
Yes, exactly. And that was like a big part of, it was this weird thing of, that was actually kind of why at the time, like, my marriage with this person worked, was because there was no competition
for everyone that doesn't know. He was married to Marilyn Manson.
Whoops.
Sorry, was I not supposed to tell people that?
Yeah, it's okay.
Damn it.
You hadn't signed the NDA, so there was no way you could know.
My bad, dude.
It was just a good guess.
He is terrible with that, man. You don't get this guy under an NDA.
My bad, dude.
But yeah, it was something we never really like had to talk about, and then because also even the years leading up to that, it was like I just didn't do that much music also because time split between that and school and all my churchy activities.
Interesting. I could see you as like a good church boy. Did you sing in the choir?
Yeah,
I sang in the church choir.
nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I actually joined church to sing in the choir.
Yeah, totally. And man, honestly, I will say that's still one thing just about, I don't know, just like the whole youth group thing and being a kid in a church and stuff is like you have the potential in a lot of those spaces to get like really good free like music education.
Yeah.
And I think that's like kind of awesome. That is one thing I'm like, man, like
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I missed out on that. I had
they're like, you want to get ready for the Christmas program?
Right. Or like, hey, you're the only kid who, can carry a tune like in this little group of like 10 kids. Do you want to try to learn guitar?
Well,
like, I don't know.
For me, there was all these like things that like people were like alluding to. And as a kid, I was too, dumb to know.
Yeah.
Like I remember in elementary school, we did like in the 6th grade, we did a play. And it was a musical, and everybody had to audition. And they were like, "Okay, most of you guys, most everybody is background." And hold on, maybe
that's gonna be funny every time.
I know, right? How do we back that up?
How do you make it zoom out?
And I can make it zoom out.
For those just listening to the audio,
it
just keeps zooming in, and
when I move my hands
as he does gestures.
Let's see if I do. Let's see. Hold on. What is it?
How do you make it zoom out? Do you push forward or something?
There's some like there's gestures that work. I don't know, or maybe it's just like I have no idea.
This is like the last time we had a new setup, and we're all, why are there explosions in the background?
Let's see if that works. Does that not do it? There
it is. Yep. What's going on?
And then there's the one thumb up.
They just
Is it gonna work? No. Is it not gonna? All right. Maybe.
Doesn't recognize it as a human thumb.
We're gonna have to relearn a lot of gestures.
Let's see if it does. Maybe we're not seeing it because it's I don't know. It's weird. There's like weird. There's the 2 thumbs up still.
I'm glad the explosions still work. See, that's all we need.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's all we need. That's the best.
Beat con it.
But like, so yeah, like I'm doing the auditioning thing, and they're like, all right, you're gonna sing the Johnny Appleseed song by yourself in front of everyone, and I'm like, and that was my first time like realizing that people get jealous
Oh, yeah.
My classmates were like, "Well, you sound like a robot up there singing." I'm like, "Oh, do I?" And I'm like, "Oh no." And I'm like, "Oh." And then like, of course, they were upset that I was in front of everybody. And then I went into junior high and I did choir.
Yeah.
And I would get to do stuff in choir, but I don't sing as well as I used to. But it's one of those things where I wish that when I got to high school there would have been a drama program. I should have done. My dad was all about like, you do sports, boys do sports, and I wish I got to do drama. I think that would have been really good for me. But
don't we all?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been a lot easier than
instead
sports?
I am just drama. Wee.
Nice.
So So let me ask you this question: what was the first concert you ever went to that you paid for?
This is actually an interesting one.
Brody wants to know as well.
Sorry.
Hey.
It was actually it was Baroness Between the Buried and Me in Mastodon at Sunshine Theater. Yeah,
Really?
that was the first concert I went to that I paid for.
Are you going through a phase where you no longer wear black clothing? I feel like
Right now, yeah, for sure. It's weird because this last year, it's like I've had like 3 main like musical veins that I listen to a lot of, and it's like progressive metal. I still listen to a lot. It's like Tool and Meshuggah are constant repeat for me.
Who was the guy? What's the guy's name from Bellowing Bear? Matt Culpepper.
Yeah,
he's a big fucking metal guy, right?
Yeah, and he also likes a lot of prog shit too. Like we he came to our last show in December too, and he gave me a couple recommendations. 12-Foot Ninja, I'd never heard of them before. Wow. They're a really weird, interesting band. And this other one called Fair to Midland.
Okay.
That was
I've heard of that.
They toured very briefly, I think, with System of a Down.
Oh, okay.
Like before System of a Down had hiatus kind of stuff.
Well, now Surge is out. Like they want him to come back, and he won't.
Yeah.
Because without him, I mean, are they anything? I mean, I saw him once. I saw them play at Isleta. Fucking amazing.
For sure. I think, I'm bummed I didn't go to that one. But,
Go-Go Bordello open.
Dude, yeah, and I love Go-Go Bordello.
Did you see him when they played at El Rey last time?
No.
Dude, I got...
It's like, I honestly really didn't go to that many shows until this last year.
My ex had never been either. And so this is a cool story. I hate, and then we'll get back to what you're saying. So we're like in the very back and we're drinking. And because we didn't want to watch the opener, so we showed up late. And I just want to turn that off. How do I turn that off?
It really likes your hand movements.
Okay. I'll just see if that works.
It's like throwing a loop.
I don't want it to auto frame. There we go. So we show up late, and again, I know the owner of the El Rey.
Yeah.
And he like rolls up and he's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Not much. This is her first time seeing this band, and she loves them." And he's like, "Finish your drinks." I'm like, okay. And she's like, "What's happening?" I was like, "We're gonna go closer." He takes us outside around the El Rey, and we walked through the back, and we stood on the side of the stage and watched Go-Go Bordello.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
I could see their sweat. I was like,
yeah,
holy
for
shit.
sure.
But so you like prog metal? What was the other thing you were talking about?
Yeah, so this last year was like prog metal, like just kind of like indie pop kind of stuff, and then just like super like cunty like hyper pop.
Okay.
What qualifies as that third
I don't
one?
know.
I never heard
like
that.
I just know that like I mean, probably like the well-known one is like Charlie XCX. Like she sort of fits in the hyper pop kind of thing. But my absolute favorite one, like Carolyn Polachek.
Okay.
Absolute favorite artist currently.
Do you like Chapel Roan? What do you think of her?
Yeah, she's cool. Like I honestly think there is a lot of cool stuff like happening in just pop music.
It's really crazy. I mean, I'm 49. I turn 50 next month, and people are like, I fucking loathe like when people are like, "Oh, I don't know new music. I don't listen."
For sure.
And I'm like, it's not hard to fucking stay current, And some of it's just amazing.
Yeah, and there's never really a point where it's like, oh, just music is bad now. It's just like, no, it's like you just don't know where to look at this particular moment in time.
Correct.
And also, you just have an innate bias towards whatever you got into at a certain age.
Yeah,
like that's how it goes.
Yeah.
You know, and I, you know, like like the period that I love is like 90s.
Yeah.
Well, you know what 90s is to me? A playlist on my phone.
Right.
You know, and then there's a 2000s that, you know, that's just how it goes. Like there's great music in all time periods. You should not limit yourself.
Right.
Never limit yourself.
Can't you just be like regular lazy and just be like whatever's playing on the radio?
Yeah.
What do you listen to? Whatever that is.
Yeah. Listen to that stuff right there.
At least be that lazy. It is the new stuff, but it's just I don't want to change the station. I'll learn something new.
For sure.
I love that. Yeah. That's cool though. I dig that. So
so at the end of the day, it's like those are if I could at some point just be I guess maybe the dream is to be simultaneously involved in 3 projects, and one would just be like an instrumental like prog metal outfit or something, and then just kind of like, I don't know. Well, the way that I describe Dymer too now, I struggled with this for a long time because I feel like we've just kind of like just done whatever.
Yeah.
And I used to just say, I guess we're alt rock.
Okay.
But lately I've been like, no, I want to like narrow that down to, I think we're like progressive indie.
Okay,
oh, there you go.
That makes sense because like whenever I love when people ask me like what kind of genre is it, I always say indie rock.
Yeah,
like,
that's good.
Unless it's literally metal.
Yeah,
I'm like what are they? That band you talking about? What kind of music is it? I don't know, indie rock.
Yeah, because that's a thing that I've struggled with a lot. Is like me and several of the current members at least now. It's like we're really into like progressive metal.
Yeah,
but we don't play that.
I want you to do,
but we play like stuff that's kind of inspired by some of that, but it's not how it comes across.
I want you to be like Hank 3, where like you show up for a set, in like the first like the set you're all like in like flashy like bright color clothes, and then you're like, all right guys, thanks a lot. Next up is our metal band. Then you like go off stage, you come back, you're in like all black with like the fucking death paint on. Like,
so actually, and so for Night of the Living cover bands, we did the corpse paint, but played as Cigarettes After Sex.
Oh, that's right, you did do
that. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, because Ken, one of our guitarists right now, she plays with 2 other like black metal bands basically, and she's done corpse paint for one of them. Like,
wow!
And her friend did some of ours too, and it's just
nice.
like I've always wanted to do that and never really had an excuse to. So it's like,
you guys did it, and I was like, I don't know that band, so I was like, oh,
is it like sweaty? Like having that much
no,
makeup on
it's
your
really
face? Really?
I didn't think it was that bad. No.
Yeah.
Did you want to burn down churches in Norway, or
not this time? I don't know.
Not today.
Jury's out. So
we're gonna take a break. We'll be back with Billy/Wavy Hour. Where can people go and listen to Dymer?
Yeah, Spotify is, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
That's the easiest place as the consumer. And then I don't know. Yeah, that and like Bandcamp and YouTube basically.
Okay. And
any particular place, but
you guys have anything coming up? You guys are recording right now.
Yes. So we recorded drums at Empty House Studio with Matt Tobias.
Yeah.
And then everything else for this record we've been doing ourselves at our guitarist's house.
Okay.
Mark Vasquez. And we're really stoked with how it's turning out. I can say it sounds significantly better than everything else I've done so far.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to it.
Is this your first recording?
No.
No.
So actually, our very first album was recorded by Edgar Hernandez.
Oh, I know Edgar. Yeah.
Who that was his first producing first thing that he produced and recorded. So that's like a cool bit of.
Are you guys playing anytime soon?
No, we are waiting until we get the recordings finished.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I'd say probably our next show is going to be like April or May.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But
there's some time.
yeah,
Getting everything tight.
for sure. We're gonna, maybe try to have, well, no, I'll just say that. That's all.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Anything else you want to promote?
No.
If not, that's
really.
fine. All right. Smiley, what do you got going on?
Not too much, but you should come and see me over at the Bird of Paradise on Gibson. Also, we do have something coming up.
We do.
I thought you wanted to promote it.
I'll promote it. So this Thursday night, Smiley, how often do I like to do live shows in front of an audience?
It's not your favorite.
It's not
I'll put
my
it that
favorite.
way.
Actually, it is now. In this format only. I like to do the stage show like we did last year. We did one last year. Right around this time.
We try to do about one a year.
Yeah. At Dry Heat Comedy. We went out and we did a live show with our friend Ming Chen.
Sorry.
Brody. Hey, Brody. Hey.
I made eye contact with
You
Brody.
should not have done that. We did one last year. And this Thursday night at Dry Heat Comedy, it's going to be me and Smiley live on stage with our special guests, Sarah Kennedy, one of the best comedians in Albuquerque, and Ming Chen, and whoever else. It's a private event. So private that it had to zoom in.
So
A private event. It's free. You can come out to Dry Heat Thursday, 7 p.m. Smiley and I will be on stage live.
We will.
And it's going to be fun. And we're going to bring something with us like we did last year. And it starts with the mall and ends with a Lort. So if you've always wanted to drink Malort and you live in the Albuquerque area or you'll be here, we are going to hand it out.
It's an experience.
You have to be 21, but yeah, you have to experience it yourself. Would you say people should try it?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. This Thursday, live at Dry Heat. Come out live. It's going to be awesome. We had a really good crowd last year. It was a lot of fun. Why does it keep clicking on? That's the problem, is it keeps auto framing. I don't know why it just turns on. That's what's happening. It's not my gestures, it's that. But then Friday, first of all, Albuquerque Comic Con is this weekend. Ming Chen will be in town. Our friend CJ Cullen will be in town.
Yep.
He has a podcast called CJ on Film. He will be in town with us. This whole weekend will be insane craziness. Friday night, starting Friday night. So it all starts Thursday with the show. Friday night, Duke City Championship Wrestling will be live at the Kiva Auditorium at Comic-Con. I will be commentating for the YouTube channel and the TV show. Ming Chen could be in the ring, possibly.
Again?
I don't know.
Ooh,
might happen.
We'll find out.
I would buy a ticket. Duke City, DCCWtickets.com. I am hosting on Sunday the Weekend at Bernie's panel. Jonathan Silverman, Andrew McCarthy, and Bernie. I don't remember the guy's name who played Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's. I'm doing that panel. I'm also going to be a part of all the wrestling panels. There's 2 with Fred Slow. So that's happening. And I'll be at Comic-Con all weekend with Ming Chen. Smiley, are you working all weekend or what?
I am, but thankfully Comic-Con is during the day.
So if you come during the day, Smiley will be with us at Ming Chen's booth.
I will be there, the whole weekend.
Come by.
And I'll have Sunday off, so I'll be there too.
Yeah. We also have our friend Roger who's going to pop in. We met him at Chicago.
Oh, no.
At the Brody. We met him at Chicago at the Kevin Smith Comic-Con. So.
Oh, nice.
Is that the guy that started the rumor that I was
Corey Feldman?
Corey Feldman?
Could be.
I think that is.
I think it is, yeah.
He's a fun guy. He's a fun guy.
Cool
Man.
guy.
Good sense of humor.
Oh, then one more thing. It has been announced, and it is official. February 8th, my 50th birthday party will be at the Launchpad. February 8th.
Ooh.
Red Light Cameras, Youngsville, Simo and the Lovers, and DJ Rent. $10 at the door, open to the public. So if you want to travel, you want to fly across America or from Europe, please come if you want. So, and I will allow, and some, I've already had people that are like, well, everybody's going to be buying you drinks. Should I just give you money? And I'm like, yes. Like, the answer to that is always yes. Should I just hand you money? This mustache costs a lot to maintain. I'm just kidding. It does not. We're going to take a break. We'll be back for the Wavy Hour. But I want to go ahead and thank Jonny Mouchet for coming on the show. You're going to stick around for the Wavy Hour, right?
Yeah, sure.
Sick.
I got nothing.
Smiley, you're going to stick around for the Wavy Hour?
Oh, no, I'm leaving.
You're fired. You're fired! Brody, are you going to stick around for the Wavy? Brody?
This is hilarious.
Wow. She just kind of like, did you see her? She like side-eyed me just now.
You should get a camera for her.
I could do that. It's not a problem.
I think that would add a lot.
We'll be back for the Wavy/Billy Hour in a second. Thank you guys for watching. We are
10 drink minimum.
Supposed to live without you. Hear me out, the blame is on me. Me without you makes me
Edward and Mama Pop called little boy and man, rigging on the banks of the river's bed. Big boat tied to a big tall tree. Home for my mama and my papa and me. Up the tree, Papa jumps to his feet. Ready, Mama cooking Papa something to eat. Half west Papa, he's ready to go. Jumps to his deer headed down the bayou. He's got the fishing line strung across the Louisiana River. Gonna catch a fish for us to eat. Set the traps in the swamps, catching everything he can. Gonna make a living, he's a Louisiana man. Gonna make a living, he's a Louisiana sitting on a bale of hay, bulldog sitting on the ground. I went and touched the bulldog's tail. They went around and around. They went around and around. It's the same old tale that the goat told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. Same old tale that the goat told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. Slobber so bad, took all my money that I ever had. I went and up the water to the body. Said I'll have to teach you a cow how to spell. Said I'll have to teach you a cow how to spell. It's the same old tale that the goat told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. Same old tale that the goat told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. Bet went to the football game. The game was called off on account of rain. I bet went to switch for the back. The fullback kicked the hump off the humpback's back. The fullback kicked the hump off the humpback's back. It's the same old tale that the goat told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. Same old tale that the goat told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree.
I'm speaking of wishes, oh, in the days they could be better. Don't assume right. I'm just way high, the world's above, and I wanted to save a portion for us. What could be better? How do you do that? Take a play song, I'm back to mine, dream of starting my days next to your skin. Chase it on. Was it you? Your face is red eyes, your lips. I've got time to park at me and walk with you to the corner of Richmond. It's night to live with me. For all the years that I came away strong, there was no use in crawling to get us down. I'm speaking of wishes, boy, days they could be better. Don't assume right, I'm just way high. The world's a bar and I wanted to save a portion for us. What could be better? How do you do that? Take a play song, I'm back to my dream of starting my days next to your skin. I'll chase it on. That sound is the sound of you taking me back. Your eyes see no, that look is mine. Look back aside, for us to ride in. Come on, just a slice of what we had. It's just the same, let's all riddle me a kind of ghosts floating in a maze of my demise. But path set for a certain kind of time.
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
All right, we're back. It is the Billy Slash Wavy Hour. We have with us from the band Dymer. Why did it do that? Weird. Oh, weird. That camera adjusted to... Look at this. Everything is like gone crazy. It's like, well, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Let me fucking fix this.
Is that like its default setting?
Dude, I don't know. I think it like looked for people and it was like, where are the people at? Hold on.
I am the people.
Here we go. We have from the band Dymer, Jonny Mouchet.
Ooh.
Is it Mouchet or Mouchette?
Mouchet.
Mouchet.
Yeah.
So it's French, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting. Let me fix Smiley's camera real quick. It's looking just randomly somewhere in the studio. It's
This
like,
one looks like Smiley.
there we
Did
go.
you just look at it?
There we go.
Could you turn my headphones on?
No. I didn't turn
Please.
them off.
Oh.
So they got unplugged then somewhere.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Wasn't me. Son. That's on you. That's on you. So welcome back, everyone. If you were with us. If you weren't with us, then you're against us. That's how it goes.
Well,
If you don't have a jacket with your name on it, all right, what's there? Then fuck you. I'm just kidding. Johnny's like, what the hell's happening here? What's going on, man?
I didn't get the memo.
I just came to hang out.
This is my first day.
Yeah.
Welcome to your first day.
Welcome back. Have you ever gone to the Comic-Con?
I haven't, actually.
Never been?
No.
There it is. I was trying to find my...
I really
my
should go
brain.
at some point. That'd be cool.
Are you a pop culture guy?
Not like broadly.
No.
There's just always like random specific things to get into. So it's like, yeah, I guess like nerd culture wise or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's
No?
like, love Lord of the Rings. Huge
Okay.
Lord of the Rings
Oh,
fan.
so are you not going to go this weekend?
No,
Do you
I've never been to a Comic Con.
Do you know who's going to be there this weekend?
Who?
From Lord of the Rings, the guy who played Gimli
Oh man.
and Sean Astin.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking
That is pretty
Samwise Gamgee.
See, it's one of those things where, yeah, I don't know. I've just never really thought about going to a Comic Con.
Frodo.
Whoa. The
Yeah.
dude from Sliders is going to be there?
Yes. Yeah.
Hell
yes. Yes. Correct.
Hell yeah.
Here's what's upsets me. Mm-hmm. They didn't announce it until we booked our Thursday night live podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Here's who we're going to be competing against, Smiley,
Oh, no. Who?
and it upsets me because I want to go to that other thing at the Guild Theater. I only know two of the guys' names because I can't remember the other guy's name offhand because he's not famous other than Outsiders. But they're showing The Outsiders
All right.
with Leif Garrett and C. Thomas Howell there.
Hell yeah.
I'm like,
Dang.
God damn it.
Wait. At the Guild?
Yes.
Oh.
Dang.
That night. Thursday night. I'm like, caca,
Wow.
man.
I love going to the Guild.
I do too, and I love The Outsiders.
I hadn't actually seen anything at the Guild until last month.
What'd you see?
It was like a documentary about the Mars Volta.
Dude, really?
Yeah, it was really good.
Dude, that sounds dope as shit.
It was really well made. I was very impressed.
I think you said the name wrong. It's the Mars Volta.
Hailing from El Paso, Texas.
The Mars Volta. Have you seen them?
No, I still
Dude.
haven't. I didn't get to see them at Revel this last
That was
time,
sick.
Which I'm bummed because like I heard
Yeah.
honestly when they were kind of in their prime and I was like into them a lot more. I was honestly like not even. I was
Yeah.
like about seeing them live because I had heard they were really hit or miss live
Fuck, they were
for
not
a
when I saw-
while.
You
But
did-
no, but I heard
Yeah.
about this whole last tour. I heard they just absolutely knocked it out of the park.
And what sucks for me is I didn't that was my first time at Revel,
Ah, okay.
and I didn't like it.
Okay.
And
Because Revel.
well, because yeah, well, no, because you have to, and I hate to say that, but it's the Sunshine Theater effect, where people are like, oh, the sound at Sunshine sucks. Well, it sucks if you don't know where to be.
Yeah. Totally.
And,
yeah.
and Revel is the same way.
Yeah. No.
Revel,
absolutely.
you have to be closer.
Yeah.
Because it's a warehouse,
Uh-huh.
and the sound kind of starts fucking up, bouncing off all that shit inside there.
Right.
Because the roof is not flat. If you notice that, it's like
I haven't
all
thought about that.
janky and shit. Well, that like literally, here's the difference. Last time we did a show here, I didn't have stuff on the walls, and it was echoey. You could hear it echoing.
Right. Smiley was saying that.
Yeah, and I put all this stuff on the walls, no echo. It's that big a deal. You hear an echo still?
Just a little bit of an echo.
I hear
but
none.
it's way better.
I hear none.
That's good.
It was
And-
very noticeable last time.
And it was very noticeable last time. And so that's the difference in how sound can change. And so Revel, like the roof's not flat, but like when you go up to the front, the roof is I want to say higher up
Sure.
than the rest of the building. So the sound can like get caught there and bounce. You know, I don't know. But anyway, but like I did, and I felt like the lead singer's vocals were too low.
Sure.
And I always
Yeah,
hate when I see a show and the vocals are too low.
for sure.
And when I used to go to Low Spirits back in the day, did you ever get to go to Low Spirits?
I never did. No.
They would always have the vocals too low, always, and it
sure.
always drove me crazy. I'm like, turn the
That's
goddamn
that's
vocals
another
up.
commonality with most metal now too. Is also the vocals are really low.
Yeah. And Mars Volta but they were great though. The
Yeah.
guitar players, I can't think of his name. but
Omar.
Omar,
yeah.
sick as fuck. And were you an At the Drive-In fan?
Not really. Like it's
yeah.
okay, but
Okay.
I definitely prefer Mars Volta.
Well, I mean, At the Drive-In's a cool name.
It
But
is.
It is not a cool name like the Mars Volta. I like the Mars Volta, but
Yeah.
I think I ruined a couple of friendships when I went and saw the Mars Volta.
why?
Well, it was very random. It was like, hey, who wants to drive up to Denver and go see the Mars Volta tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. And I expected all of my friends to be like, yeah. And then there wasn't. There was like only me and the person that proposed it. They're like, yeah. I was like, yeah. No one else. All right. Well, I'm gonna go home and like pack some like fresh undies and stuff, and let's drive up to Denver. And no one else. Yeah, it was me and my friend's girlfriend went up there.
Okay.
And I was like, someone else should have jumped on board on this. All right.
For sure. Just as a buffer at the
Now
very
this
least.
looks like weird. Why are you going up to Denver with your friend's girlfriend?
Yeah, for sure.
We're the only people that wanted to go up. We wanted to like, drive to Denver to see the Mars Volta, and no one else did. So yeah. There were some like salty moods after that one.
That makes sense.
I was like,
that's
didn't-
unfortunate.
I didn't do anything with your girlfriend. Why didn't you come with us? You had the day off.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, why not? Jeez.
I just didn't want to go up to Denver.
But it wasn't because you went and saw the Mars Volta.
No, it was.
I thought that's what you meant.
But that was
Right.
That's why we went up.
Like
to
we
Denver.
had some hardcore Sparta fans who were just like,
I
"How
haven't-
dare you see the Mars
Yeah.
Volta?"
It was great though.
Yeah,
It
nice.
had a wonderful time there, and the trip was ridiculous.
Sure.
Just ridiculous. I mean, it turns out like that girl was going up there to cheat on my friend.
Oh,
Oh, all right. Well, that's her fault, dude.
yeah, that's her fault. That it had nothing
Yeah.
to do with me,
It had
Yeah.
nothing to do with the Mars Volta.
and nothing to do with the Mars Volta.
I fucking love that. I don't know. I remember when I went to El Pat, my dad was like in the hospital, and I was with my family, and we're all down there, and this guy's like, and I'm just being a complete ass because we're out like having a steak somewhere with my family, and the guy's like, "Can I get you guys anything else?" I was like, "Can you tell me where the Mars Volta is playing?" And he goes, "Back in the early 2000s, my friend," and I was like, "Sick burn."
Nice.
Thank you for the sick burn. I feel like I'm in my place now. Thank you.
Before Scientology got a hold of Cedric.
Uh-oh. Smiley's
No,
okay.
but now he's like very outspoken about that.
Before you say anything else, Smiley's a Scientologist.
Nice.
Second generation, yes.
Yeah.
Second generation.
I just, want to,
I didn't wander into it. It was presented to me.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
fair.
I've had people like go off on, like, let's tell you right. Yeah.
I don't have any
I'm always fine with
singular beef.
Okay, I don't either. I don't know enough about.
it. Like any religion, you take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
Well, that sounds insane.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever works for you.
for sure.
Yeah. Man. So lately, have you been downtown in a while?
Yeah,
It's been dead as shit, man.
yeah.
Is it because it's cold? You think?
I think
this, or
I do feel like that is part of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah, I don't
why.
know. Like, do you think that usually that's the case? Like, whenever
Yeah.
winter hits, it does become
Yeah.
at least deader.
Sure.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
It's
I
got to
know
be
why.
that. Why?
All right. This happens every year. I work at a liquor store.
Sure.
Yeah.
And in the liquor industry, this happens every year. It's the New Year's effect. Everyone's
Oh, yeah.
like, I'm going to be healthier. I'm not going to
that's
drink
right.
as much. I'm going to turn my life around.
It's sober January.
Yeah.
Dry January. Sorry, dry January.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
no
No,
one,
totally.
No one came into our store this week. Like it was
Sure.
a ghost town, except for the
Really?
people that are like, I like my life. Please give me my regular shit. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't do none of that shit. I'm like, whatever, man.
I would like my usual, please.
I'm just stupid all
Yeah.
the time. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. January, fucking December, it don't matter.
I do
Yeah.
no drink November, so I'm like, what is this January bullshit?
All right. For me, it's always like someone's like, "We're not doing November drinking." I'm like, "There's Thanksgiving. How do you drink with your family? You don't drink with your family around? Like,
Yeah.
are you stupid?
That's really raw dog in life.
That's some crazy shit right
It's
there.
hard,
It's
but
hard.
it's worth it. just raw dog your family.
All right.
Man.
So there's a couple that to get it away from the fun. There's a couple things that happened recently. The city council.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It just
dun,
knew
dun.
to zoom in then.
Dun dun dun.
I think I've heard about this.
Have you? I'm interested to see how this plays out. Mm-hmm. Let's see if I do that. I'm trying to do the same. Like I'm trying to repeat. It's weird. I don't get what is going on with this gestures thing. So the city council passed a couple of ordinances recently, and I usually wouldn't talk about this shit unless it affects what's happening with us, right? Did you see what they passed? Anybody?
No.
No
I
idea?
haven't.
They
I
passed.
have a guess, but I'll let you
Go for it. What's the guess?
All
Okay.
right. I've heard a lot
'Kay.
of food trucks being affected lately because of the new. Not that one.
Nothing to do with food trucks.
All right.
Nope. You have any other guess? Do you have a guess?
I know that there was some. I don't think it's probably about this, but there was something about rent control. going up
That is.
But I don't think that hasn't been voted on. Or
It
anything
hasn't
yet.
been voted on. This one was voted on and passed.
Okay.
That one I like.
Yeah,
That one
absolutely.
is where they're about to. I hope they pass this.
For sure.
The one you're talking about is where they're no longer going to allow corporations or hedge funds or whatever they call them. They're not going to be allowed to buy single family homes.
Exactly, and that would be fucking awesome.
That would be fucking awesome, and I love that.
Yeah.
The one I'm talking about, I think I like the idea behind it, and I think they went about it the dumbest fucking way, and I'll tell you why. But
Okay.
they passed an ordinance. This passed through. I'm assuming that when they get sued, because they're going to, and I'd be shocked if they don't. What is? I don't know what. I have no idea what these gesture
Oh,
things
it
are.
loves you, man. It's
It
just
does.
going for your gestures, man.
But they passed a thing where only downtown of Albuquerque, and I say it that way because I'm about to explain to you why I think it's a stupid idea. Only downtown, they are going to make all buildings that are vacant
Oh, that one.
register with the city, and then they are going to have to prove that they are making improvements to rent or open the buildings. And for every day that they don't, it's a $500 fine.
Whoa. Okay.
Now, here's where they were dumb. You should have not just targeted downtown. You should have targeted Albuquerque.
Sure.
Because now what those people are going to do that just and I'm not, and I want people to know I'm not for these buildings being vacant and people just sitting on them to get tax breaks. I'm not for that at all. I'm just being the person that's like, if I was one of those assholes and I was like, well, I like my tax break and I'm just going to sit on it. Here's what I would do. I would be like, well, they are targeting us because they made it only downtown. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say. And I would literally like sue them for it. And, that's what they're going to do. Why would they not? Why would they fucking not?
It's amazing how many of these laws are not really thought through.
Right. Why would you not do that all over the city? Where if there's a vacant, I'm not saying you have to like enforce it, but like if you blanket the whole city and say, hey, if you have if you own a building and you're not keeping it up to code, for every day you don't, $500.
I mean, and there's been a lot of buildings like burning down lately.
Yep.
I mean, that should have just been like a blanket. Mm-hmm. They could have made it a blanket.
And do I think if they like, if someone's like, well,
now it looks
you're saying they're not, you're automatically assuming they're going to get sued. Well, why would they not? There's like 4 families that own all these like fucking big buildings downtown, right? And to get them up to code, it's gonna be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. Some of them are so dilapidated and bad. So for them to get it up to code, it's going to be a shitload of money.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. All they have to do is go in front of a judge and say they're targeting us. The city wants to own our property. And And that's true.
Right, yeah. Like, yeah, because I think that is the thing. It's like, in theory, that general principle, 100%, like, that makes sense.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's the implementation, like, that has to
So why would you have just done just downtown? Like, if the city really, I mean, you if you want to own the property downtown, you want to get those fucking people out, fine.
Right.
But you can't literally, like, point them out and be like, we're only doing this downtown, it's an ordinance.
Yeah, for sure.
What? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
because like that couldn't have worked everywhere else, too.
Right?
Yeah, and if we're being honest, like a lot of the like vacant properties that like you're saying are like burning down and stuff, it's mostly actually not downtown. It's like a lot of the rest of Central past San Mateo,
right?
Like
none of it's downtown.
Yeah.
And I mean, do I want downtown to like thrive? Yes, but here's what I also upsets me when people go, well, downtown's dead. It's not dead. It's been thriving, and it's disrespectful to all of the businesses who have kept downtown alive, for people from the city of Albuquerque and people from the government of Albuquerque to act like downtown is a fucking ghost town, because it's not. And several people, business owners, several people in the scene, several artists have kept it alive. So stop the disrespectful bullshit of saying that it's dead, because it's not.
Yeah.
Totally.
Downtown's doing better than it has in a few years.
Yeah. This is where I live for a reason. Johnny, how far from downtown do I live?
Not far.
10-minute walk.
Yep.
10-minute walk. And I live there for a reason, not because I was like, well, this is a dead place of town, I'm going to fucking move right over here.
Right.
Because I moved where everything that's cool is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Right.
So for them to go, well, downtown is pretty much a haven of crime, and it's terrible. And here's what's also fucked up, and I don't get.
We've tried for 3 years to get rid of the strip club, and we can't.
And we just can't do it. I love, dude. Have you heard this story about
the
knockouts?
I haven't.
So they did this. So everyone is only knows about the recent thing.
Okay.
And so here's what happened. The city has this 77-page plan for downtown where they want to turn it into this this is verbiage from it. And someone's like, well, how do you know? Because, people sent it to me. That's how I fucking know.
Sure.
They have this plan where they want to turn it into a theme park-like atmosphere.
Oh, my God.
And
that's used in the statement.
That's actually used in the statement. And
no.
So
no one wants that.
No one wants that. Nobody wants that. And so they've been one, and also in the plan it says that there will not be any zoning for adult entertainment.
Okay.
So if the plan goes into effect and Knockouts exists, Knockouts is grandfathered. So they've been trying to get rid of Knockouts. And for people who don't live in Albuquerque that don't know what Knockouts is an adult entertainment place where you get to see naked ladies.
And it's been there since before I think I was alive.
Right. It's been a discreet entrance in the back. Couples free.
It's an institution.
And do I love what Knockouts does? I mean, I don't mind going to a strip club, but I mean, I do understand that that it's it's not a place for it's seedy. I get it, but here's what I don't like. I don't like when city governments come in and they're like, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna regulate how this area runs, and then they push out businesses that have kept an area alive like that.
Yeah.
So they went in and they sent the fire marshal in, and the fire marshal failed. They sent the health inspector in, and the health inspector failed to get rid of him. Then Knockouts was dumb, and they let a kid in underage because he had a fake ID, and he shot a guy. So then the city went, ha ha, we've got you. And the mayor went and did a press conference in front of it. As long as I'm the mayor, I will get rid of this bane,
this long-time institution in downtown Albuquerque.
This bane of existence. And Knockouts had to go in front of a judge, and the judge said, you're going to lose your liquor license for 2 years.
Dang.
Which a bar would be done. But Knockouts is like, well, we have, alcohol is a draw. Mm-hmm. But we have something else that draws people. It's called nudity. And if you're not going to let us have alcohol, we're going to have full nudity. Mm-hmm. And we're going to stay up until 5 a.m.
That's right, because the only thing keeping them in regulation was the liquor license. Without the liquor license...
And Knockouts is all, now we're all nude and we're open till 5 a.m.
Yep.
That's nuts. I had no idea.
And the city went, dope.
Yeah, because they are doing better than ever now.
Dude, sure.
Whoops. Man. Oops.
Because okay,
I love it.
The dude that
so many twists and turns.
The dude that gives you the hand towels and stuff in the bathroom.
Gross.
Is
the guy that gives you hand what in the bathroom?
All right, whatever. The bathroom dude.
He's handing you stuff.
The bathroom guy, right?
Real handsy guy.
Perfumes, whatever.
Don't
pretend like you. Don't pretend like
I always love that. I always love
that.
He's like, "What cologne do you like?" Yeah, of course. I need some cologne here at the strip club.
But he comes into my work. He comes to my work.
What?
And he's like, "Oh man, they're gonna shut us down and all this stuff." And then a couple months later, he's like, "Oh no, everything's great. We're making more money than ever."
Hand over fist.
That's wild.
I mean, I don't know why we didn't think of getting rid of our liquor license.
Yeah, that shit just costs money.
Dang.
You're 18? Come on in. You just left the bar at 2 a.m.? Come on in.
We don't have to pay bartenders anymore? This is insane. We make so much more money.
You drank in the parking lot outside? I don't care.
Yeah.
Not our problem anymore. The city took away our license.
Love it, man. I'm so stoked about it.
They're making it work.
And it's funny because, here's the stupid thing. The city's like, we're going to shut down a strip club. But yet they didn't go and look at every time a city has tried to shut down a strip club. Yeah.
Right.
It never fucking works out.
Yeah, especially when it's been there since.
And it's if you're deluding yourself into thinking that's the problem, quote unquote or whatever.
Right,
it's that's just.
Well, it's not that. It's okay. So in the city's plan, they want an urban retail hub.
Yeah, sure.
Well, what's an urban retail hub? Well, that's like REI or that's like Target.
Right.
Well, Target doesn't want to be next to a fucking strip club. And it fucks up the city's plan where they're like, we're gonna bank on making all this money from corporating out the downtown Albuquerque area.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want to be next to a goddamn strip club. They just don't.
Right.
Or basically all the bars in the town.
Right. Yeah.
And I posted about this on Facebook, and some guy's like, well, it's not like my kid is going to be because I'm like, they want a family-friendly downtown.
Yeah.
And my thing is the whole city is family-friendly.
Yeah.
Why can't we have one fucking area
also,
that's not?
Yeah, and also they're specifically developing Uptown to kind of like be that.
Yes.
It's like, why do you need that somewhere else too?
And someone really posted this to me. They're like, well, it's not like I'm going to be with my kid sitting next to you at Sister Bar. And I said, not right away. But whenever it's Sister Grillin' Bar, then they will. You know what I mean? Then they will.
Man.
And I was very upset about it. And I was talking to someone, and I was like, you know, it sucks because like when you have an area of town that's very art oriented,
Yeah.
and it becomes the hub of like coolness.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, all the people with money latch on,
Right.
and then they come in, and then they ruin it.
I was
And-
literally watching this thing on YouTube like a couple days ago that was talking about how like different portions of Mexico City have been like kind of
Yes.
case studies on
Yes.
gentrification like
Yeah.
over the last like 20 years or so, and
Right.
how there's like literal like there's a bunch of papers that like have this very specific sort of sequence of
Sure.
how they measure like exactly what gentrification is or whatever, and
Right.
how that works. And it's like, yeah, it's there is like a very predictable sequence of how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I bet Mexico
oh,
City
yeah.
is the best place to do it. I mean,
Yeah,
That's
because
never
there's
been
so many
there?
different.
It's
yeah,
huge.
absolutely. And there's so many like different pockets you can sort of analyze that have different sort of, they have different cultural and economic strata,
Yeah.
just in different blocks and stuff, and you can look at how those sort of cycle through that whole process.
Right. And someone made me, like, I was very upset about it, and then someone goes, well, that's all right. As soon as it's not cool, though, we'll all just move to a different area, and that'll be the cool area. And I went, no, that's right. You're right on that. I mean,
Unfortunately.
they are right on that.
Yeah.
And they're absolutely right on that.
Everyone I back
ahead.
in the day, everyone I knew lived in Nob Hill.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
the cool area. That
It was,
like,
yeah.
I was like, my friend's down the street over there. My friend's down the street over there. We all go to the same bars.
Yeah.
And then they came in and like just destroyed Nob Hill, and no one wants to like. They're like, the rents are here now, and they're like, we're gonna go somewhere else. We can't afford your
Right.
rent. And then it's not cool because no cool business can afford to be there.
Right,
No,
because
right.
the problem at the end of the day, it really isn't even. It doesn't even end up being like necessarily even consumers or
Right.
residents or whatever. It's people outside of all of it who are just analyzing data and just looking at,
Yeah.
how much can we charge?
Yes.
people who are using this space.
Yes.
and that's it.
This
And
is
then-
the place where people are moving to. This is the place where it's becoming hip and cool to live. How do we capitalize on that?
Right.
And it's all analytics.
Yeah.
Because everything is analytics.
Oh, did you see U-Haul had a...
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that one too?
Yes.
People are finally stopping.
Yes.
Moving here.
Yes, and U-Haul came out with
away.
a statistic that of all the people U-Haul knows, and they said U-Haul is their analytics showed that Albuquerque or New Mexico is starting to like slow down as a place where people are moving.
Starting to slow down. We went down like 20 points, right?
Yeah, and I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Well, and then someone's like, what do you think that is? I was like, we don't have anywhere you can move to.
We went
Right.
down 20 states.
Yeah.
Because that was always the thing that growing up here, it was like that always seemed like the obvious draw. It was like,
Yeah.
property is really cheap here, like, and there's cheap housing, like,
Yeah.
and so, but there's not a lot of opportunity.
No.
But since there's cheap housing, you can make it work.
What
But then it was just this weird thing where
Yeah.
it's like basically everywhere west of Texas. Like it
Right.
almost seemed like to me, it was just like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, right before the pandemic, stuff started ramping up, and then
And then now you have this fire in LA, and I feel like that's okay. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but I feel like a lot of those people are going to either come here or Georgia
yeah,
because there's more things being filmed here and in
Right.
Georgia than there are in LA. So
Yeah.
if your house burned down there, why wouldn't you just take that money from the insurance and to where you can work?
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like you're a cameraman, you're a boom operator, you're Mark Maron. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Maron. Yeah.
He's already from here, man.
I know.
I don't know. I don't know if
He's already bought land here again, and his dad lives here, and apparently he's. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say because I know a little. I know a little bit about it, but
I was a little worried about that, but then I'm also like, what? They still own that land out there.
I know. But like, you're gonna get the insurance money, right?
Yeah.
Why not take all that money and move somewhere where you can actually?
They still
work.
They still work out there too. I mean, like it's not like
dude. It's
LA went away,
dude. I'm telling you, there is more things being filmed here and in Georgia than there are in LA.
I know. It's the tax opportunities, but I mean that's a large step to move from a place that you've lived and worked at.
Well, when your house completely burned to the ground, it's not.
Yeah, I also feel like just even like culturally, it's like there's just been this thing. I think like in the last, even just like 30, 40 years, that's just like it's just become so weirdly normal to uproot and go somewhere where just quote unquote the money is.
Yeah.
That
sadly.
Yeah, that I don't even think that's a thing that weirdly enough like a lot of people even like consider as much as they probably should anymore.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. It's like why don't I zoomed in again? Why did it do that? I keep shutting it off and it keeps just doing it. There's something I have to figure out.
I think it's every time you touch your forehead and move it out.
No, see, look, like a touch forehead. Look, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Nothing. What?
It's just it somehow is just tapped into your intention in all of this.
There's all these weird things you can do with this too.
It's like the old school like Apple filters.
I can retouch the way I look.
No.
Beautify.
Yeah.
Will it put you on like a your beard comes back?
No. Oh, dude, I wonder if we got to get those filters. We got to do some sort of filter shit, right? But like
it changes the color of your glasses.
Well, that is an abomination. And here's the funny thing. We kind of touched on this earlier. So you have white glasses.
Right.
And the first time we talked about this was kind of at Echoes.
Yeah.
You walked up and you looked at me and you were like, oh, sorry. And it became this like kind of running joke between us.
You're the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy, yeah.
All right.
And I really enjoyed that, by the way. I don't think...
same.
Yeah. And like people were like, "Are you mad at him?" I was like, "No, I'm not fucking mad. What the fuck would I be mad at him?"
Yeah.
Like who cares? Like
right.
like
it's fake mad. It's
I didn't like create white frame glasses. It's the weird thing is like, do you want to know the story behind the white frame glasses?
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually,
okay.
I'm gonna do a little side note here. No. Before you keep going with this, I actually had white frame glasses before I was on the show, and when he started doing them, I was like, nope, and I switched.
Can't do it anymore.
Nice. I switched.
So there's a guy, and this is before I lost like 56 pounds, right? There was a guy that people would be like, they would confuse me with him, right? Musician, and not someone I wanted to be confused with, right? Kind of a guy that like groped women and not a good women women were not comfortable around the guy. Okay. So not a guy I wanted to be like seen as like people would go, "Hey, when is your band playing again?" I'm like, "I am not in a band."
Okay, yeah.
"Oh, you're not such a..." "No, I am not." And so I was like, finally I'm like, okay, he wears black frame glasses, I wear so I'm going to do something that really fucking punches and also
like, I am Gandalf to his Saruman.
Yes,
as it were.
And also like it's a branding thing. It is. It's 100% like when people go, "Did you do that on purpose?" Yes, I did that on purpose.
Yeah, totally. That's cool.
It's a thing, and right. I mean, like outside before you knew me, did you know who I was?
Yeah.
Okay. Because of probably like the glasses, probably because of the show. Mm-hmm. But it's like, when you see somebody and you go, and I also would get this thing where people would be like, "Oh man, you look familiar to me." and it'd be like, you look like my friend Ron, or hey, doesn't he look like Bobby from back home? And I was like, and I'd get that a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Tons of it. Where like everybody's like, oh man, you look like a friend, and I was like, I want to distinguish myself from whoever.
Yeah, for sure.
But mainly that one guy. And his name is Jonny Mouchet. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa! No.
You guys look nothing alike.
Just
What are you
kidding.
talking about?
No, we're totally the same person.
What?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I have not groped anyone at a show, but I will
for
say
you.
there was actually a show that I actually got groped at one time, which was really weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And his name was... I'm just kidding.
I have no idea.
Was it a man or a woman?
It was a woman. It was just really weird. It was just like kind of out of nowhere.
Okay, so this has happened to me too. Where like, when you say groped, they touch like your front or your back?
Back and then like chest.
Chest,
Like,
right?
It was really weird. It was just like,
Interesting.
yeah, it was weird.
It's always,
I don't know.
it's-
But yeah, thankfully not front. That was nice.
it was, yeah, for me it was on the butt. Yeah, it was like I was at a place and someone came in and they grabbed my butt and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then they were like, hey, and I was like, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that. too much.
Thankfully I went and sat behind our merch table like immediately after that. And I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna camp here.
Now, yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's
come on, ladies.
and everybody always
I'm
assumes.
for looking, not for touching.
Yeah. Like I'm behind a glass case here. I'm fucking Walgreens to you, please.
Hit the button.
Dude, yeah,
Maybe you'll get some
the
assistance.
Knob Hill Walgreens.
I'm the
literally everything.
Every
behind
Walgreens
glass.
now. I'm Walgreens. You need to go touch the button over there to get somebody to open this.
'Cause if you're not careful, the whole store is gonna close.
Yeah. Have you been to Walgreens lately? It's literally it's a museum. It's like these were called deodorants back in the day.
Yeah, it's a bummer because you're like, yeah, I mean, I know I could push the button to get assistance like 20 minutes from now.
I could push the button to get assistance from the one person working
Who's
is
also at the register.
who's at the register helping
and
6 people.
on their last fume of the day. You're like, I could do that, but will I? No.
Yeah. It's weird because
Or I could just kick this thing and break the lock.
Make everyone's day easy.
Here you go. How'd you get that? Do you really want to know? I'm paying for it.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
buying it. I mean, there's gonna be some shit that like you're gonna have to fix, but whatever.
I mean, yeah. I may have gotten irritated and just kicked that thing open, but
Right,
Yeah. Well, it's weird
closed
too
it.
because Walgreens is like at this pivotal like moment of their like corporation where they're like, are we losing more money from shoplifting? Or are we losing more money because people walk in and they're like,
I don't want to expend the energy to buy this from somebody.
I mean, my asshole itches, but I don't want to wait like fucking 45 minutes to get the preparation 8. Right?
For sure.
Can your pharmacist come out and get this? I'm like, seriously, that's like
Yeah.
all
It's
they
over the
are.
counter. I get it. It's not his job.
Yeah, well, and it's great. It's crazy to me thinking about it, too, because it's like I basically live around the corner from where the where the Walmart was on San Mateo and Central.
Oh, that one.
And like I really like sometimes I'll just like look up on my phone like where's places that I can buy things.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Dude,
holy
that's-
shit.
that's-
There's
that's-
like nothing around here anymore.
No.
I work at the Bird of Paradise. on
Do you know the Bird of Paradise?
Gibson and
I've never
Valencia.
been. No.
Gibson and Valencia.
So
Oh, okay, yeah.
there you go.
Right.
Smiley
is
Smiley
nothing.
came in one day and he goes, "My boss is great. He bought us all bulletproof vests."
Yeah.
Those are expensive.
And I was
man.
like, "Smiley,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's not good."
I'm like, are you kidding? Do you have like a $350 bulletproof vest? It's
Yeah.
great.
Is it
It's
like
great too.
yours?
It's mine.
Well, it's
That's
it's got to be
They,
fitted to
they,
you.
they measured
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like if you leave the job, do you get the vest still?
Yeah, it's in my house.
dope.
I don't know how they could take it back.
Yeah.
Oh, Duke City Work said, "Hey, I missed that earlier. I'm sorry." So weird. It's so weird that you work there.
I understand the idea. Like everything in that neighborhood's kind of weird. Like, where do
Right.
you go buy things?
Yeah.
Well, like Josh Fournier, one of the local comedians, I saw a stand-up. One of the best jokes I've ever heard, man. But it's only an Albuquerque joke, right? He's like, I used to live in the war zone, man. And he's native,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, when I grew up in the war zone, we only shoplifted for things that, you know, we needed. He's like, and we only took what we needed. And he's like, but these white people are moving in, and they're destroying the war zone. He's like, they shoplifted that Walmart into extinction. And I was like, oh my God, that is fucking amazing. Because, like, that is the first time in the history of the United States, for people who do not live in Albuquerque, that I've heard of a Walmart closing down.
Yeah.
A Walmart was like, we've had enough. Nope.
Yeah, it's like the only other scenario I can think of that being a thing is like, you know, those kind of like Route 66 kind of towns where it's like, oh, like the economics of the town changed due to like they're not literally being.
There's no town, anymore. Like people have all moved
but it's
away.
Like, that's definitely not the issue in Albuquerque. It's
no,
like, there's more people here than there were before.
A major city where the Walmart was like, now we're done, man.
Oh yeah. You remember the first
the
step?
Walmart
the first step where they were like, I guess we're just gonna get rid of self-checkout.
Yeah.
And we're all, yay, we won. And they're like,
oh yeah,
never mind, we're just gonna get the fuck out of here, man. We can't handle this.
So you go into, like, for people who don't live, want to know what Albuquerque's like living in, right?
None of our Walmarts have self-checkout anymore.
None anymore.
None of our Walmarts have self-checkout anymore. None of them.
I didn't even think about that, dude. Walmarts elsewhere still have self-checkout.
Yeah.
It's just not here.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Dude,
till now.
there are places in major cities where they have an Amazon store where no one works there. You imagine that shit here, dude? It's a bad deal, man. Bad deal. Like, and then they did it.
Everybody's just coming in like Michael Myers masks and shit.
Yes.
So all this stuff's free, huh?
Dude, SNL did a whole sketch with it where all the white people are walking up. They're like, it's fine. You just like walk up, you grab your product, and you walk out, and all the black people are like, I bought this. I paid for it. I swear. And like, if it were here, it would be exactly like he just said, like mask, fucking crazy shit. Just one day, it would be cleaned out.
Everything
one day
is free. Did you not understand?
And people would be so stupid here, they would drive a car through the front of it during the closing time and then clean it out.
There'd be a bunch of people going through who's like, I don't have a functional social security number anymore. How are you going to find me if I just take whatever I want? Like, doesn't matter.
and here's for people who don't live here. You would watch the video later and be like impressed. You'd be like these oh wow, that was impressive. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, all right, I ain't even mad about that. That's like kind of, you know, I didn't even think of that shit. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, here's did you hear about this one? This is the best. So the people that have been Albuquerque in general,
sure,
self-checkout, they're actually going out to Rio Rancho now to do that there.
What do you mean?
They're because they're like,
they're still self-checkout in Rio Rancho?
Yeah.
Wow.
The former he worked at the Albuquerque Journal, former editor. They caught him like.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah, they caught him shoplifting
in Rio Rancho. He went out of town so he could keep stealing.
He's like, yeah, man, I shoplifted in Albuquerque, but was he shoplifting here and then he went there?
No, they only found him out there. But
I love that the former editor of like the Albuquerque Journal, the big newspaper here, was shoplifting.
Well, he was the current editor. He's former now.
He was the current at the time.
Yeah,
he was like doing like reviews. He's like, the best places to shoplift in town.
Oh man.
Whoops! Got busted. Not 1 star.
Albuquerque Walmarts. Oh, they don't let me steal no more. Got to go out to Rio Rancho.
In Portales, when I lived there was a fraternity that got caught. One of the guys, like, first of all, they got caught. You suck.
Yeah, right.
Seriously. Like, what they were doing, I like what they were doing. They were like buying a trash can. Like, they'd go buy a trash can for their house.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why trash cans are so expensive?
You just take the trash can and you bring it to the guy that you know that works there, right? And he runs it across the sensor and
Boop,
charges you for the trash can, right? Now, what is in the trash can? Who knows?
Oh man,
Who knows what's in the trash
can? See where that was going?
Yeah,
no,
full trash can of shit.
No, it's like,
and they got busted, and I was like, nice try, guys. But I mean, they had to have gotten away with it for a while.
Well, okay, back in the day, it was ice chests.
Ice chests, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna buy this ice chest, and as long as you don't open it up,
heavy as hell.
Yeah.
as long as you don't open it up,
you got to move the ice chest off the thing. You're like, ugh.
Oh no, you just gotta get it like pretending. It's as light as a daisy.
You got to be somebody who's in shape doing that.
Beefy friend.
The guy.
It's completely empty. What's inside of that? All kinds of toaster ovens.
Goddamn fucking air fryer, motherfucker! Don't worry about it.
Well, those weren't out yet.
Yeah, but like the guy from the Albuquerque Journal, man, and I saw that. I was like, son of a bitch, man.
Oh yeah, and he was doing the exact same shit everyone does back in it, like double ringing.
Way to go, dude! Way to fuck our Walmart. No, but it does suck. It does suck. Okay,
beep, one stick.
I don't mind going to Walmart. Like I hated doing the self checkout.
Yeah,
but I kind of hate the other one too. Like I kind of like a hybrid, right? Like if I'm going in to get lunch, and because like Walmart has a grab and go area now.
Yeah,
and they have a really good grab and go area.
Nice.
Because I eat a lot of vegetables now, and so you can get like a thing of like carrots, and that's like a mix.
Yeah.
And if all I'm getting is that and like a bubble water and something else, to go stand in line behind the old lady who's got 42 things in her basket and doesn't really, but that also sucked when she, because you always hated like if you were doing the self-checkout, you didn't want to be behind the old people.
Sure.
Fuck no. They're like,
then they'd have to get somebody to help them anyway.
Basically, they had to have somebody bring all their shit up for them anyway.
Yeah.
And it was like painful.
Well, I mean, I know some old people. And
are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about like actual old people like in
the
70s.
Okay.
And they're like, no, I like the self-checkout because I don't feel like I'm pressured to be any quicker than I want to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I get that, but it always drove me nuts when they'd be like, I don't know. They'd like be looking at the screen, and then the other day I was at fucking Lowe's, and it happened to me. I was like, what in the fuck is happening here? Because like I was trying to use my card, but I didn't have the card with me, and it was like, well, you can sign in
on your phone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me at Whole Foods. They're all, do you want to use a number or like this thing? And I'm like, I don't. No, I'll just.
Motherfuckers!
I just want to give you cash.
I'll tell you what I do.
I want these cookies.
I love the QR code. In general. In general. Like when QR codes, I feel like
when it first came up, I didn't get it. Like I didn't understand the concept, but like. Recently, especially with like the menus and stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
You know what saved the QR code?
What?
COVID.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I think if COVID would not have happened, the QR code would have died. I think it was gone. Like people were like, this is stupid as shit. And then everybody's like, we don't want to do menus because we don't want you touching us.
Yeah.
Here's a QR code. And you know what I really love the QR code? Is when like I'm signing into a new device.
Absolutely.
For all my fucking
right. Like I hate
streaming shit.
I hate that that's a thing in general, but the fact that they have that as a feature, I don't mind.
Like whenever it's like
I'm gonna potty, be right back.
Oh, okay. It's like you need to sign into Netflix, and I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know if I remember my Netflix fucking password. And it's like, oh, you already have it on your phone? Just fucking turn your camera on and look at this. I'm like, oh, this is great.
That is nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
I was trying to figure out on like my me and my housemates like TV or whatever. Like I was just trying to figure out like, is there a way I can get like Hulu on this? And it's like the TV and our DVD player is like just out of date enough to like not support it or whatever.
Right.
And it's just like these aren't even like 10 years old. Like the degree to which planned obsolescence is taking over my life is insane.
It's insane. It's insane. Like I hate planned obsolescence, but I'm also like, it doesn't affect me because like, I'm such a technology person. Yeah, that I'm already ahead of the planned obsolescence.
Sure, but I also think about like when I was a kid, it's like we were using like a TV from 1980 in
Sure.
in 2000 that still worked fine with everything we needed it to.
But see, like TVs though, TV is like the one item, and this kind of blew my mind, that has like devalued. Why does it keep doing that? It's like so stupid. Like I keep turning it off. Watch, I'll go in. Oh, that's weird. It just does it. It's got to be the gestures thing. I got to figure that out.
Yeah, we got to find out what the gestures do.
So TVs are one item that has like everything is inflation has gone up. Everything's gone up. TVs are the one thing that is like gone down in price.
Yeah. Oh,
All
and
around,
that is
right?
definitely true.
So like the thing is, if someone breaks into your house, I doubt they're going to steal your TV.
Yeah.
I can get that anywhere.
It's almost worth it's more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like
they're gonna go after like your laptop.
yeah, like a TV
Right.
back in the day, and your laptop's not even that much worth. You know, a TV back in the day, like a 32-inch. I remember when I got a 32-inch CRT TV.
Yeah.
It was like $500 bucks. Like TVs
Right.
used to literally be a car. Like if your family bought a TV,
Yeah.
it was like they were buying a car.
Major investment.
A
Right.
major investment. The family got a TV. This is the family's TV that's in the living room, and it would be like the equivalent of today, like $5,000 to $10,000, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I guess I have not thought about it that way. That's actually a really good point.
It was literally worth like that was in the 80s. Like when my family got a TV, we had like a fucking 26-inch TV, and the actual like the frame of the TV was like fucking like 6 feet. I'm just exaggerating, but it was so massive.
No, it's not much of an exaggeration.
Dude, they were big.
I remember those.
They were big, and like to move the TV took 2 people. Like
Sure.
no exaggeration. And you had the little click, 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 click. That shit was fucking expensive. It was
Yeah.
like a lot of money. And if your TV went out, like they had the TV repairman.
yeah.
A TV repairman existed.
Right.
Because your TV was so expensive.
And powered by tubes and shit.
Tubes and shit, and like the TV repairman would come over to your house and he would take the back of the TV off and he'd be like, "Well, it's some of the tubes," and like nowadays you're like, "Well, my TV went out. Well, fucking throw it in the trash. Let me go get a new one." It's that.
Which is its own set of sad, but
Yeah, but also amazing because like
Yeah.
the picture is so much better.
Right.
You know.
yeah, for sure. That's
And
interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that particular.
And the
aspect of it. That's
car,
very true.
the car is not the same. The
Yeah.
car is the opposite. The car
Oh, for sure.
the car has become one of the most like cars like in the house like
Yeah, and it's like one of those things like
Yeah.
in up through the 2000s or whatever. It was like, all right, yeah, your dad teaches you how to work
Yeah.
on your car and stuff.
Yep.
And then it's like after that,
Now
they
they
add all
can't.
these things where it's like,
Yeah.
no, you literally fucking can't work on your
No.
own car. Like it's literally
they've
impossible.
they've stopped you
Like
Yeah.
yeah. At least in in a lot of respects or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's not like the old model of like where we intentionally are trying to mass manufacture this thing that has a bunch of interchangeable parts that
dude.
anyone can do themselves. No way.
No.
Like that's
So,
not the point anymore.
here's a funny story about that. Smiley, what year is your car?
Mine's a 1992
nice.
Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very very analog car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we went down to get my mom's stuff a couple weeks ago. Smiley went down with me, and we go down there and we pick up her car, and her car is like a 2022.
2022. It's like brand spanking new.
Sure, yeah.
Within like 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And it's a GMC Terrera. It's like right below the Denali. It's fully loaded.
Uh-huh.
It's got the heated seats. It's got the fucking everything, right?
Yeah.
I thought I was
It's got
driving a
it's got the
spaceship, dude.
different it's got
Sure.
the different what do you call it? Climate control for each side of the car.
There's
Okay,
buttons everywhere.
So we pull
Oh,
over.
wait, side note, you know what I hate?
Yeah.
Is on the new cars the gear shifter that's a knob.
Yes.
I hate that with a passion.
No. Hold on. We're about to get into some shit now.
Yeah.
So I hate the gear. I hate the knob. I hate the buttons.
This is buttons. I had to hit a button to change
But
it.
how about the touch screen? Was it like a bunch of stuff you did through that?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's another thing. There's an insane amount of also studies about like how it's actually not good to have like a touch screen in a car where you have all these like menus that you have to bop through because it's like that takes so much more of your attention than just like buttons.
Okay, so my car is the same. Smiley is driving my mom's car, which has the same shit mine does, right?
Yeah.
I hate everything you're saying. I hate everything that I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So we pull over, and Smiley gets out of the car, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this car. And I'm like, what? And he's like, can you come tell me what these symbols mean? And I go over, and I go, okay, all the tires are low.
I knew that one.
And he goes, but what is that thing right there? I was like, that's telling you that there's a bang. In the IT industry, we say bang. That means like that means you have like a when you go on your Windows computer.
Yeah.
And you go into the God dang it, what do you call it? When you go look at all of the devices on the computer, if there's a yellow flag, that's called a bang.
Okay.
So I call them all bangs. So that's telling you that you need to pay attention to the warning that's in the car.
There was a notification on my screen, and I did not understand.
Yeah,
that was a symbol for it.
Yeah, and like I hate
also not used to a screen.
I hate getting in the car, and it's like it's cold outside. There might be ice.
Yeah,
I don't need you to tell me that.
No,
I fucking got into the car. I walked from the house to the car. I know it's fucking cold outside. I know there might be fucking ice. I get
Mine
that.
did that literally today. I like drove to Santa Fe this morning.
Yeah.
And back, and it was like for a split second, it had this thing that was it was literally just telling me that.
Here's what I want. I want to get an old car because you know what I want the car to do. I want the car to car, just car.
Yeah.
I want to have a fucking thing in my hand that like I push this way, whether it's going to drive or it's whether to go into first. Just a thing.
You know what I did last
I don't want buttons. I don't want knobs. I'm with you.
Last year here, my battery was out.
Yeah.
So I got my nephew to help me push start it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got a new battery.
The good old days.
Nice.
Ta-da!
The good old days. These are the good. Yeah.
We had to get an entirely new battery for his mom's car because
Dude,
it wouldn't unlock the doors. It wouldn't start.
Dude, it would not. It would not. Like I took one of those. I have one of those. Like they're great too. That thing that will charge your phone, but also will jump your battery.
That I'm not even aware of.
Oh,
that.
you haven't seen that?
Those are awesome, man.
They're awesome. We went and plugged that shit into her car, and it didn't do shit. I've jumped like 3 cars with this. It's like a brick. It's big. It's like about this big, and you charge it up, and like keep it in your car, and it has little mini jumper cables off, and you put it on your car, and it'll jump it. And I've jumped so many people.
Dang.
We put that on my mom's battery. Nothing. And then my dad had an old battery charger in the garage. Plugged that in, didn't do shit.
Sure.
And so I was like, well, maybe it's not the battery. Maybe it's something fucked on the car.
Yeah.
We go to O'Reilly. O'Reilly. And we buy this. We take her battery, and it was the heaviest fucking car battery I've ever carried in my life.
Sure.
And we bring it, and the guy's like, oh, that's a what did he call it?
OEP, I think.
PCM or some battery. It was like some weird name.
Some specific.
Brings out a new battery. And the new battery looks identical to the old battery and weighed about 3 pounds more. And I'm like, motherfucker, how is this heavier? Take it out, put it in the car starts right up.
Sure.
Yep.
And I'm like, motherfuck, dude, what is the deal here?
It is so ridden with electronics that
cars,
it needs that.
so many electronics, the car will not run.
It needs that battery just to even do anything.
That's interesting.
It needed nuclear power to run. Like, I swear to God.
Speaking of which, I think a very interesting thing that I've been tracking with recently is this push from all the like AI companies and stuff heavily investing in nuclear power now.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that they know they can keep powering all the shit that they want to.
This is a thing, yeah. Like I've seen this too, where like they're starting to realize how much it's going. Like, there's no way they're gonna do this. Wait, guys. We have Nate Santa Maria is watching the show. Hey boys, he says.
Hey, Mr.
Gas
Nate.
and no computers, he says. It's a thing now where like AI, they're starting to figure out like how much power it's going to take, and like everybody's like, well, they're going to take your job. Well, they're going to take your job till they have to hire a bunch of people to run the goddamn
for sure
power plant that fucking
We're all going to be in the power plants.
yeah.
Gotta keep it working. Keep it working.
It's kind of the next 20 years are going to be insane.
Absolutely.
It's going to be weird to me.
Yeah. I just finished reading this 2-book series that it's Parable of the Sower and Parable of the Talents.
Okay.
That's like, it's this it's kind of like apocalyptic, not really post-apocalyptic. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's basically like surrounding events of sort of this supposed societal collapse.
Sure.
That sort of happens around it. They set it basically between like 2025 and 2035.
Okay.
But it's like a fascinating couple books, and there's just like there's so many weird things in it that it's like it was written in like, I think the first one was like 1990, somewhere between like 90 and 93, and the second one I think came out in 96 or 7.
Sure.
But it was like fascinating the amount of things that it was like, oh, that's actually like creepily similar to stuff that's happening right now, like with a lot of just political things and technological things and stuff. And it's just like that's unsettling. But they're very good books.
What worries me?
I got to check it out.
They're really good. I've been recommending them to like everybody I know.
What worries me is this, Elon.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, first of all, he's the richest man in the world, right?
Right.
And at that point, when someone's that rich, I'm like, what drives you at that point?
Mm-hmm.
What are, and like somebody posted a thing like, it's weird that the James Bond movies like prepared us for this, where it's like these ultra rich men who are just like so rich that they can't be rich. There's no richer anymore, that they're like, well, I just want to destroy the world. And it's like kind of sad because like someone's like
to my island, Mr. Bond.
And I never thought this until like he got into politics recently, and then like I started looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute. So he's got Starlink. Starlink is the internet.
Yeah.
Right? So there's all these satellites in orbit that he sent up. So you now can put a little dish in your yard anywhere in the world. Why does it do it like it does it like right when I fucking like it seems like a pivotal moment.
It's like an eyebrow raise thing or something.
Yeah, it's like dun dun dun. Anywhere in the world, right?
Yeah.
So here's what happened. My friends moved out into the country, and they're like begrudgingly they got Starlink because one of them works from home, and I was like, how good is it? And they're like, it's better than the internet we had in out.
Yeah, my uncle got Starlink, and he lives out of like an RV basically now, and
So think about this.
The same thing.
Think about this. Let's all like start putting this into perspective. Let's all take a step back and look at the big picture of it. Cool. He's created an internet company. No, he hasn't. He's created an internet company that you can be connected anywhere in the world. In the rainforest, connected.
Yeah.
In the Ukraine, connected. Anywhere in the world. He has done the thing no one else has ever done, and he has connected the entire world ever. It's done. If you're like saying, hey, I can't get the internet, you can.
Right.
Now, the new thing that's about to come out and I hate to call them cell phones because they're not cell phones. They're going to launch phones that can connect anywhere in the world. This man is about to become the most powerful human being that we've ever seen in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Did you realize that? I mean, how powerful is that going to be? So, like, if someone lives in fucking Montana where they no longer get internet, they now are connected. Not only are they connected on their computer or their tablet, or whatever, they're now connected on their phone.
Yeah.
And whereas you would have to call someone on a satellite phone, well, they're not a satellite phone anymore. They're a whatever phone he calls it.
What am I going to do with my satellite phone
Star phone.
Star phone.
I don't know.
How more, like, and he's already the richest man in the world.
I can still use my
How
satellite
much
phone,
more
right?
wealthy is he going to become?
Yeah.
Because who wouldn't want a phone that is never not connected anywhere you go?
Right.
Bond villain. Am I wrong on this?
Yeah.
I mean, look at me. Like, am I being paranoid and stupid on this?
No, I mean, because basically at that point it just, like you do just have to ask, okay, well, to what end then?
To what end?
Because
To what end?
And I think that's the thing, is like, I think most people now, I think honestly just don't really ask that question necessarily when it comes to resource management.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people are like, oh, okay, well, what's kind of my moral framework for my worldview or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, but what does that actually mean for like how you physically affect the universe around you? And for most of it, it's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter because like my physical self doesn't have that much supposed influence on things around me. But then it's like, so I think a lot of people, just kind of discount that.
Right. Well, and then they're over here. He's over here like, well, I'm part of the government efficiency, so we can make government more efficient, which makes it like, which is all buzzword for people that are like, oh man, the government's inefficient, and this guy's over here helping us, and they're attacking Google for being a monopoly, and no one's looking at him and going, well, wait a minute.
But I
You're taking over the fucking world.
I see this coming in both directions because, because I mean, with this, there's always
wait a minute.
There's always going to be a rebel element.
Also, I'll be killed next week probably.
Pagers.
Also, I'm gonna go pee.
Imagine this. Pagers are on a comeback. Pagers.
Yes.
Because it's
you
rebellion.
gotta read these books too. Parable of the Sower, Parable of the Talent.
All right.
It's there's rebellion against like hyper technology. Like I'm like, I don't know.
There has to be.
I'm totally fine with going back to a pager and a stick shift. I mean, I never changed from the stick shift.
I'm well going back to a stick shift. I'm going back to a stick shift.
It's just so much fun it's so much better to drive. I would rather have anyone drive me anywhere than have to drive one of those space cars.
Somebody said something to me the other day, and I'll wait for him to come back from peeing, because I'd like to say this, and then we'll probably end the show. We've gone a little long, but
Sure. I mean,
it's fun. It's fun.
We always do. It's a sign of a good show.
It's a sign of a good show. I'm sad so many people just didn't clue in, and I'm really excited for people to come to our. Please come to our show Thursday night if you're in the Albuquerque area. Thursday night, come to our live show at Dry Heat Comedy. I can't say why this will be our last. Maybe it won't. It'll be one of our last shows at Dry Heat Comedy. It will not be our last live show, because after that last one I really enjoyed.
We need to do more, man.
We need to do more. Yeah.
You know, I've always loved the live shows.
You do, and I don't. And but here's the difference.
You're coming around.
I'm coming around because I like the live shows where I don't have to do that much work. If I can show up, here's what I like to do. Like, I like to be the talent. I like to show up and then perform and then leave, or talk to people afterwards. I like to talk to people afterwards.
Oh, come on, that's what you think talent does.
Yeah. Yes. I don't want to be talent and production.
You want to be a less rounded talent then.
Yeah. No.
Lazy.
Okay. Duke City Championship Wrestling. I'm 100% talent now. Like, people are like, hey, what are you guys doing for this, this, and this? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have anything to do with the day-to-day operations. I don't have anything to do with, like, who gets booked. I don't have anything to do with, like, what they're doing. But I show up and I perform, and then I get to hang out and then leave. Nate Santamaria says it's 2025. It should already be that way.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Nate.
Sure. I mean, depends on what he means by that. But
I was hoping pagers and oh, what? There's no one there.
There's no one there. I'm trying to switch the camera. There. No.
Pagers and manual
What do you?
transmissions is
I have
what
a,
I'm
I have a
going
weird
for.
question. You haven't said anything about this.
Huh?
This. What's on the screen right now? This.
The flag?
So, do you know that this is the Albuquerque city flag?
Yes.
You did. All right. I didn't know this for a long time, but this is new, right?
Oh no, this is new to the studio.
It's new to the studio. So, like, I've shown this to so many people, and they're like, I've never heard of the Albuquerque city flag. I order this. It's en route. It's taken a couple weeks for this to get here. In that time, the city put out a press release that they are now going to start promoting the Albuquerque city flag and trying to make it more of an icon. And I'm like, what in the shit, man? And I don't know if I didn't say I was doing it, so I can't say that they stole it from me.
Yeah, you can.
I can. But,
Come on,
like,
man.
but
those guys don't have ideas.
how many people
themselves.
who are watching this podcast right now or watching the stream later knew that Albuquerque had its own city flag? I didn't. But when we went to Chicago, the Chicago city flag is so iconic. I was like, man, I wonder if there's an Albuquerque city flag. And I looked it up, and there it is.
There it is. It's that weird little like bird in the background.
It's not a bird. It's not a bird. It is a bird, and it's not a bird. It's two things. It's a bird.
I call it a weird bird.
It's a bomb and a moon. Because of our history with the nuclear age, that's a nuclear bomb.
Yes, it is.
And a moon. A crescent moon. What were we going to wait for him to talk about?
Oh, man, I'm going to have to go back and listen to the episode of one.
We're talking about the flag that's in the background. The Albuquerque city flag. That's the actual city flag.
Nice.
Did you know there was a city flag?
No.
No idea.
Yeah, no.
So that's the year we were founded. It's the reverse colors of the New Mexico state flag.
Yeah.
Someone says it's a hammer and sickle bird. It's not. It's an actual like crescent moon and a bomb, but it's also a bird.
Yeah, but it's also a bird.
Because
man.
of our
weird
history
bird.
with the nuclear age.
Totally.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's
That's fascinating.
But
they did they tried a revitalization of it in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's the last time I remember seeing this prominently.
yeah.
Displayed.
And it's the reverse colors of the state flag.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Nice.
But like we went to Chicago, and Chicago's flag is so iconic. It's the white flag with the blue stripes, and then the 4 stars, and the zoom in. But I was like, I looked up what our flag was, and I ordered it. And
That's dope.
And it's funny because like I thought like, oh, no one will know this. And then literally in the last 2 weeks, the city put out an article. They're like, we're gonna start promoting this Albuquerque flag and bringing it to more prominent. I was like, son of a bitch.
They're digging deep.
There it is.
And
I can't remember what we were going to talk about when you came back. I'm trying to think, man. It had something to do with Elon and all that shit. And I was like, I don't remember.
I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
It's fine.
We'll survive.
I'm super stoked for this week.
Me too.
We have a lot coming up. We have a lot going on. Live show at Dry Heat Comedy. Thursday at 7 p.m. Please come out and hang out with us. Ming Chen will be there. Other people, here's the funny thing. Last time we did a live show, Ming he told people from the Comic-Con, and they came out. And like, there's a dude in the front row, and we like ended up giving him a shot of Malort and all that shit. And I ended up talking to him, and I was like, oh, did you fly in? Are you from here? And he's like, no, I came in for the Comic-Con. I was like, oh, you a fan? He's like, no, I'm one of the guests. And I was like, oh, what do you do? And he's like, Oh, I was one of the voices. I'm one of the voices from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, dang.
And I'm like, okay,
nuts.
cool. And I was like, I know that video game. That's dope as fuck. And I ended up talking to him a couple times that weekend, and we kind of became friends a little bit. And it's very weird. So you don't know who will be there. So it could be really cool. So go check out Johnny's band Dymer on all the platforms. Dymer.
Yeah.
Great band. Love them. Like, the thing is, do we have a lot of people on this show that you know?
Más o menos. I don't know.
What does that mean?
More or less.
More or less.
But when we do, are they people that are, like, sick?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay.
They're
I'm
real
just trying to
ones
say
for sure.
we don't just, like, bring people on.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
if they're on this podcast, it's because I think they're dope as fuck.
Yeah.
And I
Can confirm.
Don't tell Johnny I said that. But if I see he's playing a show, I might go. I probably will go. Don't tell him I said
I
that.
will now.
Yeah. Diamond's dope. But
I'm
you guys are
picky.
dope. You're a good front man. Why did you stop playing the guitar though? Like, lead.
Yeah, honestly, a big part of that. Well, part of that is also. So when the interesting thing is, I started Dymer playing bass and singing.
Lazy.
Yeah, and then sort of this iteration that we've had since last summer, I've played guitar and sang, but now I'm just singing. And honestly, a big part of it is, like, I don't know, I'm okay at guitar.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm...
But lead singers shouldn't be great at guitar.
Yeah.
You can't be a lead singer and be like
Right.
What's her name from fucking God, what's that band?
Hello again.
No.
Not that one.
Harlem Shakes. Or Alabama Shakes.
Oh,
Yeah. Dude, she is the
dude,
only...
Brittany Howard is nuts.
She's the only lead singer. Like, someone's like, who's Brittany Howard? I'm like, she's like the bastard child of Jimi Hendrix and Aretha Franklin. Like, that is
God
like, a
damn,
legitimate...
Yep. You got that right.
Right. Like, I've never seen a lead singer that can fucking wail
Yeah.
singing and shred like her. Other than that, it's like lead singers are usually just like rhythm. Like
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, I feel like I save my voice a lot of strain because I'm thinking about it a lot more.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about, like, because guitar is not as, it is a secondary thing to me a lot more. I didn't start playing guitar till I was like 16.
Oh.
And I had been singing basically since I was like 9, 10. And so it's like guitar was not like the native thing to me as much. So
Sure.
I have better technique, and I try to do like kind of difficult things vocally. I try to push my range and send it. And so, like, when I'm not actively thinking about, try not to fuck yourself up, like, because when I'm playing guitar, I'm just focused on guitar. So I would always end up just feeling like my voice was blown out.
Oh, wow.
After playing guitar and singing, most of the time, at least with Dymer stuff.
Do you ever actually like wind up like blowing out your voice? Like,
not completely, no, but it would like affect it. I honestly used to be able to do a lot more like falsetto kind of stuff than I can now. I've kind of honestly like damaged my voice enough from just like screaming a lot.
Oh, wow.
And just not taking good care of it to where I can't do as much like nice soft falsetto things as I used to be able to be.
You just scream those out of existence.
At least for now, I think I'll be able to gradually kind of work up to that again. But like, yeah, there was like over 2023, I think especially, like I just kind of, I don't know. I just did a little too much and it didn't help things.
I've done that a couple times, and that's just from karaoke. I'm like,
yeah, totally.
I'm all right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do this Concrete Blonde song,
right?
And like I can't like speak for a week.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I just have to. Part of not playing guitar is taking care of my voice better, and it's also just acknowledging like I'm not like the best. I can do better at guitar if that's the only thing I'm doing, but like I never felt it was like every time I played guitar and sang with Dymer, I would either feel like, ooh, that was a good guitar performance and not a good vocal performance, or vice versa.
Oh, you never quite got the hang of that.
For sure.
Yeah. Do you know, like, when you talk about vocals, do you know who has, like, one of the highest vocal ranges of all time?
What do you mean highest?
Highest.
Like
vocal ranges of all time.
Oh, like widest.
Widest.
Yeah. I know Haley Williams has a really wide one. Like,
do you
from
know
Paramore.
who has one of the widest? Take a guess.
Can I say Axl Rose?
It is Axl Rose.
Dang, nice. That makes sense.
Over Mariah Carey.
Sure. Well,
Look it up. Look it up. If someone wants to look it up and prove me wrong, go for it. Axl Rose.
Interesting.
And someone always goes, "There's no way." Well, see, when people hear that, they think like I said highest, and I shouldn't have said widest.
Yeah.
Widest is actually the better way. They always think like soprano, like up to soprano. It's not. It's like from this to this.
Yeah.
And like when
it's vocal octaves.
When Appetite for Destruction came out, I thought they had two different singers.
Oh, dang.
Because like there are songs where he sings really high.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's songs like Mr. Brownstone where it's like, oh, well, who's singing this?
Yeah.
It's a completely different person. And it's not. It's Axl Rose, because he's singing real low.
Yeah, totally.
And, like, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, like, have, like, 1, 2, 3, maybe.
Yeah.
4 is a lot. He's got,
for
like,
sure.
He's got, like, 10. 10 vocal ranges, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm not saying he's not one of the biggest douchebag, but
for sure. This was like that was a thing growing up too, because like I said, like my parents were opera singers and stuff.
Yeah.
And so growing up, like I was in the Albuquerque boy choir and stuff. Like growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not a castrato, are you?
No. I still have those.
Do people know what that is?
Castrati. So that was like in medieval music and stuff. They used to specifically pretty much just for like aesthetic purposes musically. It'd be like, oh, we really like that boy choir tone. It's a shame that goes away once you go through puberty. Let's just get rid of those.
Let's fix it.
Yeah. So castrati were like people who just castrated themselves for their art.
Castrato, yeah. It's a thing. It's a real thing. I remember learning about it. I was like, holy.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to have this.
But anyway, when I was like, before my voice changed and stuff, when I was a kid, there's like this famous thing, like Mozart opera, The Magic Flute, and there's this song in it called Queen of the Night. It's a bummer because like I had this like party trick basically that I could do before my voice changed, that I could sing that aria, which is like one of the highest arias, an octave higher.
And everybody, you tell people I could sing that. And they're like,
and
bullshit.
we had like one recording of it, and it was just absolute ass. Like it just sounded like turkeys underwater.
And I'm
like, Mom, why didn't we like capture this? She was like, I didn't know.
Mom, why didn't we have the Shure SM7B? That's what they recorded Thriller on.
Yeah, I had a very, very high child voice, apparently.
Yeah.
It is no moss.
It is no moss. That sucks, man. Hey, I want to say this. Thank you for coming on the show. We'll bring you back.
Sweet.
If you want to. Come
back. I am
I
absolutely
mean,
down.
You seem
for
to
sure.
not like it.
Really? Is that the vibe?
I'm teasing. But thank you for being the first show of the year.
Thank you.
Sweet. Yes, and my band will have a record out by the end of this year.
Yeah.
And at least
that's a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time. We should have our first single out from this record within the next couple months. So
well, let me know when the album's coming out or whatever. Like here's the thing. When we become friends, which I think we are now.
Hell yeah.
I think Smiley likes you. Smiley, do you like him? Do you like him?
If you need someone for a music video, I'm down.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
Somebody hit me up. So you're doing a video this week.
Me?
You're recording a video this week.
I am?
I heard this. For a music store.
Oh, yeah, I am. Totally.
Interesting. Somebody hit me up about this. You didn't think I knew about this, right?
No, I had no clue.
Yeah. So I've got to go tomorrow. I have to go tomorrow and get a product for this podcast made so that you can wear it during this video. Do you know about this?
Incredible.
Do you not know
I
about
know
this?
what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know this context.
I was hit up about this, and I fucked up the whole weekend because I was a little sick. And I'm like, fuck, I got to go tomorrow, and I got to get this made. And so I got to get it to
Am I
you.
not allowed to say who it is? I don't know how to.
Let's wait. Fine. Let's wait on it because I love the idea. We'll tell Smiley off the air. And I'm going to get this made. They were like, do you have this? And I said, I don't, but I can go get this made, I think.
Oh, my gosh.
Tomorrow.
Beautiful.
For him to wear. Because you're going to do this ad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, can you do this? And yeah. And I was like, fucking A, I can. Because.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Because let me tell you, everyone out there, if you're an artist and people, and there's an opportunity and it costs you money, but it can be so much more than that. Do it. And I was so glad it zoomed in right at that moment. Do it, and it is worth it to me, and we will do it, and we will talk about it later. So
nice. Oh, that makes me so happy.
I'm stoked about this. Yeah,
that's sick.
You now know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
right?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll clue James in on off the air, but I'm stoked about it.
Nice.
And this is why I love doing this show, is because like we get to do all these different things that like are just fun, you know. Like I get to do Almost AAA Cabaret because it's fun, and I won't be there in February because I'll have my birthday party on February 9th, and people should be there. Launchpad,
50,
$10, 50 years of Chris. Red light cameras. Youngsville is going to do our theme song live on stage.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
I have to find the original audio so I can send it to them so they can relearn it. But hopefully I can.
It's a bit truncated at the point. What we use right now. There's a
How
full,
long is the original?
There's a full original.
It's like a minute long, maybe. It's not long. Yeah, it's not long.
So hefty.
And I'm sure I'll be on stage at some point during that show.
TikTok
Simo and the
hefty.
Lovers are also there. DJ Ren also. Yeah, but we get to do all these cool things, man. Next Friday, Duke City Championship Wrestling live at the Kiva outside of Albuquerque Comic Con. Ming Chen will be in town. We will be with Ming. I'm going to throw this out there for people listening to this podcast. If you want to hang out with us sometime during the weekend, hit me up, and we'll tell you where we're going to be. It's just that. Like, we're going to be out and partying and
it's
crazy.
It's going to be a roving party.
Will there be celebrities with us? I don't know. But possibly.
If you consider us celebrities, then yes.
No, but I'm saying, like...
There will be...
Who's hung out in the past? Dante Bosco from... Hook and
that's cool.
Avatar. He was Prince Zuko, Avatar.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Fuck.
He's gonna be there this weekend,
dude.
Holy shit! God.
No, he's not gonna be there. But
okay.
I mean, in the past. So in El Paso, I hung out with Dan Fogler, and people are like, "Who's
nice.
Dan Fogler?" Go Google Dan Fogler. I partied with that guy in El Paso. He went out with us. We partied all weekend. I stopped him from smoking a joint in El Paso and getting arrested.
What else is in El Paso?
It's pretty dope, actually.
Yeah,
so I partied with Dan Fogler, right?
I was trying to get another Mars Volta.
The Mars Volta. So Dan Fogler, I partied with this guy, right? Last year, around this time, and he was in Fantastic Beasts. He's the Muggle guy.
Oh,
so then
nice.
So then the other day, I'm in the movies, and I'm watching the Dylan movie. And all throughout the movie, he's Bob Dylan's manager, and he's in this movie 70% of it. And I'm like, I had to be partying with this guy when he just finished filming this, and he didn't say a fucking word.
That's awesome.
I have video of him, and he's
those are NDAs, man.
He's
NDAs.
he's so stoned when I'm hanging out with him. I have video of it. Like, he's so lit. And he's in like A Complete Unknown, which is like going to be up for the Academy Award. This dude, I was hanging out with him last year. Awesome. So when we're out this weekend, we could be hanging out with people who knows?
You never know.
Like, who knows?
It's a complete unknown at this point.
Mario Lopez, maybe. Elizabeth Berkley, we might be at Knockouts. Don't know. She might be dancing on stage. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Who is it? Elvira's going to be in town?
Oh my god, that's right.
Dang.
I actually think I hooked up.
I need your photo.
One of my friends was like, I would kill to like meet her. And I was like, well, what about hosting her panel? She's like, I would be honored. And I think I set that up.
That is so cool.
And they're like, well, they have this person listed. I was like, I'll kill that for you.
Nice.
I'll get you in there. So anyway, Albuquerque Comic Con, come say hi. We'll be at the Ming Chen booth. Johnny may or may not be there. I don't know Johnny's plans. So
no, I'm having I'm having a surgery on Friday. So
oh no,
I'm gonna be on my ass. Yeah,
are you okay?
I'm gonna be on my ass for like a week though.
They're removing your liver.
Not yet.
Testicles.
I don't know.
I went liver
Jury's
first.
out.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well, thank you for being on the show. It was an honor. It's great.
Likewise.
I love it.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Big fan. When you're wearing those glasses, big fan, bigger fan.
Yeah.
When the white ones come on, not so much. But
yeah.
For Smiley, I'm Chris Burnett. This is 10 Drink Minimum. Thank you guys. Oop.